Paul Hummel from the Finance Department at Church and Dwight. He's the controller of the company. Paul says he has got an arm that is warmed up and going all the way.
Ridgefield is back in the state of Washington and looking to face another South Division opponent. The Springfield Drifters will find themselves in town here up in Ridgefield. Raptors are 27-21 on the year, 17-5 this half. The Drifters just 18-30 and 6-15 in the second half. Ridgefield is now in a race for the postseason, having clinched a spot, at least in the wild card. The Raptors hope to maintain their lead against the Portland Pickles of a half game in the South Division race this second half with another win here tonight. My name is Patrick McCall, your voice of the Raptors here in 2024. Appreciate you dropping by the broadcast. Last time out, the Raptors beat the Pippins 5-4. That put together a two wins in the series against the Pippins. Took 2 out of 3 for Ridgefield there with that finale win after winning 19-3 in Game 1 and losing Game 2. For Ridgefield, it was a strong start by Isaiah Magdaleno. He went nearly 7 and allowed 4 runs, 3 of them earned and 7 hits, 2 walks and 3 Ks for Magdaleno. Jake Geis and Camden Orm would come behind him and allow nothing in the remaining couple of innings, but Raptors also had 14 hits offensively and try to climb that into today's matchup and do just as well. The offense been hot in this second half. So Ridgefield on the starting pitching matchup will bring out the righty Blake Hammond. He comes out of Peoria, Arizona, and Northwest Nazarene. The big right-hander, 6'3", 210 pounds, and he'll be going into his junior season at Northwest Nazarene, where he does have a 4-pitch mix and brings in off an appearance, comes into today where he went 4 against the Black Bears on the road and allowed just 1 earned run in the appearance. 5 hits, 3 walks, and 1 strikeout for the righty Blake Hammond. He'll be on the mound for the Raptors in this game. This is his 4th appearance in 2024. On the side of the Drifters, it is number 18, the righty Billy Dotson from Junction City, Oregon, and Ottawa, Arizona, playing with the Spirit out there in the desert. He's 6'1", 190, and will step in with a 3.49 ERA, being 4-3 on the year in those 7 decisions, 10 appearances, 49 innings, and 7 starts for Dotson. Last time out was against the Sweets at home in Springfield. He went 6 innings and allowed 5 runs. All of those were earned, 6 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Again, Billy Dotson for the Springfield Drifters, who are stepping in here and are eliminated from the postseason, but trying to provide a tough and stiff competition for the Raptors this last week of the year. And, of course, would love nothing better than to knock down the Raptors in the postseason hunt for the South Division second half, considering the Raptors last time they played the Drifters did sweep Springfield down there near the campus of the University of Oregon. So we'll get into today's starting lineups real fast. And on the side of the Drifters, who hit first, it's Gage Bruce, the center fielder, batting first. Chase Nye will be the second baseman. Going second in the lineup, Kedron Kinsey's the third baseman. Hitting third tonight for Springfield, Elijah Maris is the shortstop in the cleanup spot. Nolan Miller is going to play first base at bat fifth. Sam Weber is the left fielder hitting sixth. Jackson Upton will be out there doing the catching, batting seventh. Dylan Carson will be the DH and hit eighth. Garrett Cooper is rounding out the list for the Drifters, the right fielder, batting ninth. On the side of Ridgefield, we'll see Taylor Takata back out there. Hawaii infielder is at second base. Justin Stransky will hit second and do the catching, while Hunter Kashke is out there in right field hitting third. So Faya Mawai will be the DH who hits cleanup, and first time we see Doyle Kane out there as a Raptor. He will hit fifth tonight from UC San Diego. Colby Wallace, the left fielder, is going to bat sixth. Colin Marion is going to hit seventh, the third baseman tonight from Gonzaga. Julian Nunez comes back out to the order, the shortstop hitting eighth, while Deshaun Harris out of Oklahoma is going to round out the list for Ridgefield, the center fielder in this game. It'll be exciting to see how this Raptors offense does respond after getting 14 hits and 5 runs against the Pippins there in that Game 3. But what's interesting is Ridgefield, with that Game 1 win, put up for the 3 straight games there across the last 2 series against the Pippins, and then extending back further 3 games. They had a stretch there, 3 games in a row where they put up double-digit runs, and all part of the reason the Raptors have been able to put together so many wins in this second half, and is a test to see how Blake Hammond comes out and pitches after a quality outing last time. And if things come together against a Springfield team that the Raptors did sweep their last time out, should be a good series in position here for the Raptors, who have to feel good coming into this half, especially after, again, being under 500 at the break, but going 17-5 this second half to counter what was, so at that point, a disappointing season. But we'll get you through the Raptors defensive alignment real quick, and it is unsullied by sponsorship right now. But Justin Stransky is the catcher who is doing the duties behind home plate. Blake Hammond will fire from the mound. It'll be Doyle Kane over there at first, and Taylor Takata is the second baseman. Tonight for Ridgefield, you see him out there near the bag. Julian Nunez, the shortstop from Pepperdine, is doing duties over there on the left side of the diamond. Colin Marion's at third. Out in the outfield, Colby Walsh returns to the lineup. He is fully rehabbed and will be out in the left. At a Cal State Fullerton, he transfers into LMU. Deshaun Harris is in center field, and Hunter Kashke, maybe a potential MVP candidate for the Raptors to this point in the year, is out in right field tonight for the Raptors order, and that is how Ridgefield stacks up defensively. But once more, this will be the first of 3 games between these two teams. Raptors have the special Sunday spot, of course, 1:05 start on Sunday, but tomorrow's game will start at 6:05, and this is all part of the last stretch here for the Raptors. Only have 6 more games, with this one included in the regular season. Ridgefield will wrap up in Walla Walla next week, and that'll be played on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. All games going at 6:35 in Walla Walla. Raptors hope to finish the season strong here with such a tight division race going on, and that'll be an interesting race to watch. But we're about to step aside for the national anthem, of course, here before first pitch of the Drifters and the Raptors. And in doing so, we get to speak with Chris Cota, the Raptors head coach, before the game. Told me a lot about how this season has gone, how he's looking forward to the postseason. Of course, with that going to start on August 10th, Raptors are guaranteed to play in that tournament and also host a playoff game. So here's Chris Cota for the Raptors and the Drifters, Ridgefield's head coach. Let's go back a little. You're with Coach Chris Cota just before the Raptors take on the Drifters. And Coach, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, thanks. Got a little bug in me from Yakima, but still feeling a little better.
Well, hopefully it'll get better as this series goes along. And how does it feel to be back in the playoffs now?
Well, it's great. It's nice to secure a playoff spot, with 8 games left. So normally we're battling it out in the last series, but we can kind of sit back and prepare for the playoffs early.
For those that don't know, Raptors got the playoff clincher in that Game 1 win against Yakima. But what are you hoping to get from all these new additions late in the year?
Well, we expect them to help us. I mean, Doyle's been with us a couple years. Safeo was with us 2 years ago. We've got I think we've brought in a couple real good players, and I think they're going to help us and hopefully get us deep into the playoffs.
Is it nice, like guys that you've already either coached at the College of the Canyons or before here in Ridgefield, to have them back because you already have familiarity late in the year? Oh
yeah, I knew exactly who we were getting when both of them came in. They'll both be in the lineup tonight. I know what to expect from them, and looking forward to having them in the lineup.
And Isaiah Magdaleno, another nice outing yesterday, and it really had a hot stretch here. What did you think of him this season?
Oh, Isaiah was great for us. He was consistent day. Every time he went out to pitch, he was a huge part of our team. I wish he could have stayed, but I understand some of these guys need to get back for school. But it was a pleasure to have him.
And the offense in that Game 1 win where you guys clinched the playoffs, 19 runs. Have you ever seen it be that hot? And do you remember when that was?
You know what? I think we did that in Yakima before. That doesn't happen very often in a wood bat league. But it was nice to clinch a playoff spot in that fashion.
Do you think Hunter Kashke at this point has an MVP chance?
I do. The kid has been solid all year. He's put up some home runs. His average is real high. He plays a great right field and first base, and definitely a consideration for it.
And what would you like to see from Blake Hammond out on the mound tonight?
Just be him. He's been solid for 2 summers now. Don't try to do too much. Just be him, and I think he'll be fine.
It's looking like the whole team hasn't arrived yet, but do you plan on saying anything to Justin Sukata when he gets here?
Well, Justin wanted to play more. He's now with Springfield. I hope he plays tonight. He's a good kid. I really enjoyed having him, and I wish him the best.
It'll be fun to watch. It starts at 6:35, and thank you so much, Coach, for joining me, and best of luck today.
You bet. Thanks.
That was Raptors head coach Chris Cota just before we get started here today, and had a lot of good words to say there, especially about Hunter Kashke and Isaiah Magdaleno, two of the greatest features of the Raptors season, both on the hill and then out there, Kashke in the field, and hitting like a mammoth so far this season. But just about to get started, and again, it'll be Blake Hammond on the mound out of Peoria, Arizona in Northwest Nazarene. Will be interesting to see what Hammond can do. He hasn't allowed more than 1 run so far in any of his outings on the season, but this is only his 4th appearance, and he has started a couple other times. What was interesting about Hammond, he did make the 1 appearance in Bellingham back on June the 9th, and then took a few weeks off and returned for an appearance against the Harbor Cats on July 20th, where he went 3 there and allowed a run on 2 hits, 2 walks, and 3 Ks for the righty Blake Hammond. So it's a bit of a start and stop here for Hammond, but he does get to get back out there and get a try again here against the Drifters, who he has not faced yet this season. Another common opponent, though, for the Raptors. The second time they see this team here in the second half. And going back to that sweep, Ridgefield against the Drifters back in the early beginnings of the second half. It was such an important sweep. Raptors were able to get going and continue that win streak that they had, which was 13 in a row against the WCL at that time. And Ridgefield in the game 1, it was a crazy win for them. Ended up going 13 innings and winning by 3 as they dropped 4 in that 13th inning. And Ridgefield had another double-digit offensive performance in the Game 2 win. This took place over July 12th through the 14th, and in the final game, the Raptors ended up beating the Drifters 6-4. So that's the premise coming into today's matchup. Though, of course, there are several roster transactions since then on the Drifters side, and so there is some new players in town as well as some old faces that have moved on. So it'll be interesting to watch how it goes here. Gage Bruce, the Drifters center fielder, comes up first, and we are just about set for baseball. First pitch to Gage Bruce, the outfielder, is hit 256. And Hammond's going to run that high. We begin at 6:37. Temperatures today, again, another hot one in the higher 80s. That sun blasting out from third base. And that one's sharply hit to center. Harris will leap and make a catch over his head for the first out. Nice finesse there in center field, 1 down. And now it's Chase Nye, the Grass Valley, California native out of Bushnell. Of course, that's the university that shares its field with Springfield if you get over there near Eugene. So by nature, you get a lot of drifters that come from Bushnell. First pitch to Nye. It is up there for a ball. Nye's hit .412 in the short season with the Drifters, just 6 games. Comes out there with the blue uniform and the gray pants. And Hammond's got the strike over the zone. Raptors back in their maroon red. And the Raptors gray across the chest. Tend to wear this one a little bit more than they do on the road. As Hammond's ready with a 1-1. That shove foul on the first base side, and one disadvantage of the Raptors road blacks is playing out there in the hot sunshine of some of the other cities they've been in recently. In Yakima, had those jerseys when it was near 100 degrees yesterday at game time. But back here at the work, the temps are warm, but there's a nice breeze going out as usual to right center. 1-2 from Hammond. He mixes that away for a ball. And talking with Chris Cota, for those that were tuned into the pregame show beforehand, said he just wanted to see Hammond get out there, throw some strikes, and get ahead to hitters. And he does see a foul ball go down the left field line, but be himself as well on the mound. Not try to do too much, and again, Raptors in a good position here against a Springfield team that has struggled this second half. Right as they have gotten hot, 17-5 this half of the year for the Raptors. Now the 2-2. And that one is barely low for a ball. Tonight's umpires, David Richardson is behind the plate. Shane Kelly, the base umpire in this matchup. Now a 3-2 from Blake Hammond. That is at the screen. And it will be ball 4 to Nye. He takes first. That is his 5th walk of the year as a Drifter in his 7th game. Now it is the infielder Kedron Kinsey out of Pierce College. He'll be going into his junior year. Hitting .273 so far in 42 games. A very dedicated Drifter this season. First pitch from Blake Hammond. It is down and outside for a ball. And for Kinsey, will be now committed to the University of Hawaii. He'll be teammates with Jack Salmon, Taylor Takata. Both in the Raptors lineup oftentimes. And with gun down at first, and Stransky does not get Nye in time. Kinsey hit .268 as a sophomore in the spring. And a home run there, 15 doubles, 38 RBIs, helping out his prospects for the University of Hawaii. As Hammond deals that over the strike zone in Hawaii, a program that really prefers those JUCO transfer players maybe more than a lot of others out west. Especially considering Takata, Salmon, and Kinsey will all be teammates but transfer out of the JUCO level. As this counts 3-1. Nye still at first for the Drifters here, and this two teams tied at 0 in their second meeting this season. And that's inside. Hammond walks Kinsey. 2 on here for Springfield in the first inning as Elijah Maris will step in out of Linfield. He played back in that Ridgefield series. 2 of the games he had 4 hits in 8 at-bats, and now steps up with a .295 batting average, 9 stolen bases, 4 home runs, 8 doubles, and 22 RBIs. Sort of a full tool here for the Springfield offense. He has everything in his bag offensively. Now Hammond looks at second, the pitch home. And that will be a swing and a miss against Maris, the shortstop. Does pack quite a punch. And speaking of the home run ability, maybe can have a better ability to lift one out here at the Rourke. Sees that inside. Speaking of which, the Raptors just got out of the series in Yakima where they won 2 of 3, but the walls there were very deep and high, which a bad combination for home runs. Ridgefield not able to hit any in spite of scoring plenty of runs. 1-1 from Hammond. That'll miss outside, and Ridgefield, part of the big second half run has been the home run ball. That's put themselves in a playoff position, lead the league with 21 home runs on the year. Hammond's got the 1-strike offer. Checked by Maris, but he does go around. And Springfield certainly would appreciate getting up early on this Ridgefield squad. Something it struggled to do in the sweep it had against the Raptors back in earlier July. This pitch will miss outside. Stransky is going to go after it. And that's not before Nye advances to third. So the 2 walks are now at the corners against Blake Hammond with no score, as Stransky signals to his defense ahead of this pitch. And Ridgefield trying not to let this first inning get too much for him. For what it's worth, Ridgefield has a arm getting loose in the pen, though that might just be a activity out there. Now it's roped to Takata, the second baseman, struggles, throws it wide. That is all the way towards the dugout of Springfield. The runs come across, and Kinsey's at third. Springfield's leading 1-0. That'll be marked an error on Taylor Takata. Nolan Miller now the batter for Springfield. Outfielder out of the University of Portland. Steps in wearing 22 from Sheldon High School. He'll be playing there with the Pilots in the spring of 25. Hammond chalks the first pitch on the outside corner for strike one. Miller's hit 171 in 18 games so far for the Drifters offense. Has just one RBI, but a great chance with the runner sitting at third. And there goes Maris to second. Now it causes Nunez to throw home, and they get the runner with plenty of time to spare. Kinsey's gone down at home for the second out. And they went for the double steal. Eventually Maris does grant himself to second base, but Nolan Miller sees a potential RBI from third wiped off. Now Hammond's 0-1. And that's fouled back. And has to have changed the mindset of Miller there. A deep enough fly ball. Could be talking about a 2-0 game now. They have to really protect here with 2 strikes and 2 outs. And Miller will swing and miss, and the Raptors get out of the inning. Ridgefield allows 1 to Springfield on no hits. There's 1 error in the inning and 1 left on base. Played a half inning here, and the Drifters have taken the lead 1-0 over the Raptors. We'll be back when the Raptors bat for the first time.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
Raptors return and now hit here in the bottom of the first, down 1-0 to the Drifters. Craven Wings now having a flavor overload at Buffalo Wild Wings every Thursday. It's BOGO Free Boneless Wing Day. That's right. Buy one order of our mouth-watering wings and get another absolutely free. Gather your herd and head over to Buffalo Wild Wings for a Thursday feast you won't forget. With an array of sauces and seasonings to choose from, there's something to tantalize every taste bud. Don't miss out. BOGO Free Wings every Thursday at Buffalo Wild Wings, because when it comes to flavor, we don't just wing it, we master it. See you there. Ridgefield now leads off with Taylor Takata, Justin Stransky, and Hunter Kashke, the first 3 due up. Infielder Takata had that error back in the first inning, which did cost Springfield to score, but can recover nicely knowing he's got a good offensive bat. He went 3 for 4 at Yakima Valley his last time out. First time we see Billy Dotson. And the righty pumps it in the zone for strike 1. Takata's hit .331 on the year, and more impressively than going 3 for 4 on Thursday night, he went 3 for 4 Wednesday as well. Had 2 hits in game 1 and now forks it to the right side. This is Chase Nye, who flips to first to get the out. It'll now be Justin Stransky, catcher, who's hit .367. 4 home runs, 5 doubles for the Fresno State Bulldog. And we'll get you through the Drifters defense real fast. It'll be Jackson Upton, the catcher, at first. Nolan Miller. Chase Nye's the second baseman. Elijah Maris at short. Over at third, Kedron Kinsey. He walked in the first, and it'll be Sam Weber in left, Gage Bruce in center, and Garrett Cooper in right for the Springfield defense in blue and gray for today's game. Stransky with 8 stolen bases on the year. First pitch, second I should say, from Dotson is also over the plate. Stransky finished 3 for 4 in the win yesterday with a double RBI, a run scored. He's able to play with the Raptors last year as well. That one's down and away for ball 1. He's enjoyed his time up here in Ridgefield, and back in the day was at Emerald Ridge High School, rated as a follow by the Scouting Service perfect game out of the state of Washington. Now the 1-2. That one shoved on the third base side for a foul ball. Good fan attendance again here at the Rourke. Of course, you can make it out to the last 2 regular season games, I should say, against this Drifters squad on Saturday and Sunday, but the Raptors hosting at least one playoff game. And that playoff will start on August 10th as Stransky shoves it to the left side. Maris goes to his body, and no chance to beat the speedy Stransky to first base. It'll be a single for Justin Stransky.
Let's go Raptors!
Hunter Kashke's the hitter. He's hit .361 at a Utah Tech. 6'3", 220, and has to be in the MVP conversation at this point. 6 home runs, 11 doubles, 35 RBI. Had a game where he had 7 RBIs in one game in that 19-3 win against the Pippins. The first pitch is going to be a strike. But Kashke has been terrorizing some opposing pitching since he's gotten into town. Now the 0-1 pitch from Dotson. Check up by Kashke. He does not go around. And Kashke will return to Utah Tech in the Trailblazers program there. That is over in the Western Athletic Conference. Now the 1-1. On the ground to short. Maris can't get to it as it's hit too hard and leaks into center field. Back-to-back hits here for the Raptors in the first inning. And if you've only been able to view our YouTube stream, this will be the first time you'll see Sophia Mawai.
Now coming in place number 44, your designated hitter from Chamonix. Fans, put your
Raptors infielder is 6'1" and steps in after hitting 3 for 5 yesterday. And Yakima Valley joined the team on the bus ride to the Pippins place on Tuesday and shoves it foul. Has had a hit in every game so far as a Raptor this year and did play with the Raptors in 2022. And Malai has been very active this summer. He spent a lot of his days with the Holly Springs Salamanders in the Coastal Plain League before stepping over to the West Coast to finish out the summer. And that one is away for a ball, but it's behind our camera. Justin Stransky doing his usual dance at second base, trying to fool Dotson. 1-0 in favor of Springfield here in the bottom of the first. Raptors in their final home series of the year. And Malai sees that one low. Malai out of Chaminade. He's transferred into that D2 program, which is a new one in Hawaii out of BYU. Played 23 games with Brigham Young after 28 with the Rainbow Warriors as a true freshman in 2021. And now he hits that foul back to the screen. Got to speak with him before the Pippins played the Raptors yesterday and said at times in Hawaii can be a little bit difficult to measure success when you only play the teams from the island, given that it could be easy to get such an advantage over the other competition in the area, but it's fortunate to play now at that high level in college ball. We'll travel over to the States so often to play other teams in the continental U.S. Now the 2-2 from Billy Dotson. Check back to second. It is not in time. You've got Doyle Kane also going to make his first appearance here in 2024, sits on deck. Two-strike offer from Dotson. That nearly hit Mawai as he's able to jump out of the way on the breaking pitch at 77. Got to be full here to the big DH. Says he has plans to try and play at the professional level after college. Full count offer. This ball just scrapes off the outside corner. And Mawai will take first base. Raptors have loaded him full after getting that quick first out. And now we got another first appearance here at the Rourke this year. Doyle Kane out of UC San Diego. He hit 265 in the spring. Hit a home run, 8 doubles, 20 RBIs, and steps in now to 40 after 47 games in the spring. The returning Raptor. He will stay off that pitch inside for a ball. Raptors 2022 team featuring both Mawai and Kane. That team would go and end up getting deep into the playoffs, but eliminated by the Corvallis Knights. They've been the pesky foe out of the South Division, who have won 7 straight West Coast League championships. Raptors hope to break up that stretch as they enter another playoff appearance on August 10th. Dotson to the plate. This is inside again, and problematic here for Billy. Has nowhere to put Justin Stransky, who had the single back earlier in the inning. He sits at third. Doesn't help Colby Wallace also on deck right now for the Raptors. And nearly beams Kane. And he walks in his first plate appearance of the season and drives in an RBI as well. Justin Stransky scores, and the Raptors have tied this at 1. And here's Colby Wallace. He steps up after going against the Knights back on July 25th. He went 0 for 2. That was his last game. He's hitting 360. At first pitch at 83. On the outside, black, strike 1. Wallace got a very tall frame out of LMU. He was rehabbing a little bit of a leg issue, but now is set to go. That'll be downstairs, and Colby said he was feeling about 60% a few days back, and might not be 100% yet today, but enough certainly to grab the start in this matchup. This time he shoves it to first, and the Drifters are going to go for the force out at the plate. Back to first. Quick and nice play by Nolan Miller and Jackson Upton, the first baseman and the catcher for the Drifters. He used a unique double play to get out of the jam. Ridgefield does get one back in the first and leaves a couple on the 2 hits. There are no errors in the inning. Step aside after 1. We're tied at 1. Drifters and the Raptors back on the other side of the break.
At Dick Hanna, we know that buying a car can feel like you're in some overdramatic reality show. There's
shocking news.
6 weeks to get the red one?
And people who aren't here to make friends.
Honey, look confident. The salesperson is coming.
At Dick Hanna, our huge inventory of 14 brands and 600 plus used vehicles means we have something for everyone. So skip all the... At Dick Hanna, we believe in nice and making nice your reality.
been perfecting the process since 1989. And since we're family run, we keep the community in mind. RVs, boats, campers, trailers, if you're missing some glass, we can make it custom tailored. Windshields or rock chips or any shattered mess, give us a call at Hampton Auto Glass.
Raptors back out on defense. We're on the top of the second. Drifters and Ridgefield tied at 1. Taco Bell has a message. Taco lovers unite. It's time to spice up your day with bold flavors from Taco Bell. Indulge in our iconic crunchy tacos, little burritos, and mouth-watering nachos. All crafted to satisfy your cravings. Whether you're on the go or kicking back with friends, Taco Bell is your go-to spot for flavor-packed fun. Don't wait. Swing by Taco Bell today and taste the excitement in every bite. Ridgefield on defense facing Sam Weber, the left fielder for the Drifters. He steps in at a Lewis Clark State. He's 5'11", 175, hitting .289. Hammond ready to go. And that's going to hit the elbow of Weber. On the first pitch, he flips that bat to first and jogs down. With no batting gloves on, he is on at first, and interesting start to the inning as Jackson Upton steps in, the catcher. Upton out of Yakima Valley College in Vancouver, Washington. He's hit .235 on the year in 12 games. Just 1 RBI, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Upton's also done some pitching for this squad, 9 appearances as well. Really knows the battery mates well, if anybody out there. Shows a bunt and lays it down. It is up, and Stransky has it. The flip to first is in time. Gets the job done for Upton on the sacrifice as he moves Weber to second. And it's now Dylan Carson, who's out of Bushnell, another Bushnell University product for this Drifters team. Goes into his senior campaign at 6'5", 230. He's had just 1 hit in 7 games. And here goes Weber for third. The throw is high and not in time. Marion couldn't apply the tag there, and it's going to be a stolen base for Sam Weber. Drifters now 90 feet from taking the lead. Weber has his 4th stolen base of the year. And Hammond lost again. That'll beam the shoulder of Carson. He is hit by the pitch second Drifter to be hit, as it'll be Garrett Cooper. Outfielder out of Lower Columbia College. Raptors just playing at the home of that team not long ago as they beat the Black Bears 2 times in 3 games before going to Yakima Valley. Hammond stares in, agrees, and goes home. This time the fastball is off the plate for a ball, and Cooper from Bremerton, Washington, played just 16 games in the spring. I was hoping to transfer to a 4-year after Lower Columbia, and it's actually another Garrett Cooper also out there in the realm of baseball. That's the first baseman and right fielder who was traded from the Cubs to the Boston Red Sox back earlier in the year. As Hammond's got the 1-1. He'll check over to first. It is not in time. And for Cooper, a lot of promises out of Lower Columbia College. In fact, and behind him, Justin Stransky transferred out of there and has done very well with the Fresno State Bulldogs. Of course, the Raptors love his services as well. Justin back and doing the catching for Ridgefield in this matchup, 2-time Raptor. Drifters still with runners at the corners, tied at 1. The pitch now from Blake Hammond. on the ground at first, and it's going to be Kane going to second. Nunez back to his first baseman. The double play is in time to end the inning. 3-6-3, I should say, on the double play. And the Raptors turn it and get out of the jam. No runs for the Drifters, no hits, no errors, and there is one left on base. Let's go to the bottom of the second. Raptors looking to break the tie at 1 when we come back.
You want to hear about A1A? Listen to this. This is what it sounds like to stay and play at A1A. And with our new luxury hotel featuring an indoor-outdoor pool, dining with incredible views, and more, it sounds even better. This is what it sounds like at the area's premier dining, gaming, and entertainment destination. A1A. Sounds like fun. Book your stay now at ilaniresort.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
It's 1-1. We are in the bottom of the second inning from the RORC. Kyle Mamarian's the batter. Out of Gonzaga, and he's third baseman tonight. Typical spot in the order for Mamarian. He has hit 175 and increases that average on the first pitch. He ropes it into left, a base hit for Kyle Mamarian. Nice job by the third baseman to begin the inning. Now it's Julian Nunez as he steps in, the shortstop out of Pepperdine, California native. Not too far from his home, as San Diego City College was his other place he played after high school. Check on Mamarian's not in time, and Nunez last went 2 for 5 with a run and a double on August 1st. That was yesterday against the Pippins. First pitch to Nunez from Billy Dotson. This one is countered back towards him, and he is going to have time to run that one down to first with a little bit of lay there to Miller, who stands for the out. Raptors love that move to sacrifice and get the runner to second. Mamarian is the go-ahead run now in scoring position. Son Harris will step in here for the Raptors order. He's hit 283 on the season, 32 games for the Oklahoma Sooner. As we see Dotson take a peek at second. A couple of times the pitch home. Harris ropes that center field with good carry. Mamarian ready to take off. It's caught by Bruce, and he is not going to be able to shove it in time as Mamarian advances, but there are 2 outs in the inning. Now it'll be the infielder Taylor Takata again, first Raptor to make his way through for the second time. He grounded out to begin the game in the first. Transfer out of Orange Coast into Hawaii. Takata's had a good stretch of RBIs, 5 in the last 3 games. Does he have another? It is sitting at third base. This will be down low for a ball. Raptors have had a tendency to out-hit the opponent in recent games and still be having a tough time putting things away right now. They have 3 hits to just the Drifters 0. That'll drive inside towards Takata, but Ridgefield had 14 hits to the Pippin 7, won 5-4 yesterday. There's not a huge discrepancy there, but was a huge discrepancy on the hit column, but not the scoreboard. And Takata will serve it into right field. That's got carry at the wall and is caught down by Garrett Cooper on the turf track for the final out. Ridgefield gets a runner on, but strands Kalma Marion at third. There are no runs in the inning, 1 hit, and no errors either. Ridgefield's going to be tied at 1 with Springfield when we come back in the top of the third.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Other places make you pay extra for that, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les. Book your appointment at leschwab.com. Terms and conditions apply. See leschwab.com for details.
Ridgefield Main Street is dedicated to historic preservation, beautification, and a thriving downtown. We support our merchants and our community, and thank you for shopping small. Join us for Main Street Day in our fall wine walk. Discover downtown for unique shopping, dining, and exploring the arts. Spend your Main Street moolah at most shops, restaurants, and the food carts. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com. Go Raptors, and we'll see you downtown.
Raptors tied at 1. We're in the top of the third here. Drifters in town for 3. As this is game 1, Blake Hammond will start on the mound. But we got a quick message from B-Dubs here. Prepare for a flavor explosion at the Buffalo Wild Wings, where taste takes the spotlight. Indulge in our signature wings. Those are available in a variety of sauces and seasonings, alongside mouth-watering burgers and irresistible appetizers. Whether you're catching the game with friends or gearing up for a night out, Buffalo Wild Wings promises delicious food and great times. Don't miss out. Swing by today and treat your taste buds to an unforgettable experience only at Buffalo Wild Wings. Now the Drifters send up Gage Bruce. See him in the blue and gray. He lined out in the first. Thought about a bunt, and it is strike 1 at 80 miles an hour. Raptors have added several new players here into the last couple of weeks, and just to get you caught up, for those who are wondering, you've got now Ryan and Jovan Camacho, who step in out of West Texas A&M. They started the series against the Black Bears and played in Yakima as well. And then Chaminades Sofia Mawai debuted out there against the Pippins. As the 0-2's forked into right field, that's going to drop down for a base hit. Bruce thought about advancing, and we'll stick to first with the single to begin the third. It'll now be Chase Nye, who walked in the first inning, scored a run, but finishing out the Raptors' new players, it was UC San Diego's Doyle Kane, who's out there at first base right now in his first game here in 2024. He played a couple of seasons ago as Colorado State Pueblo's JJ Fontana is also on the Raptors now. So you can look out for those names and numbers when they get into the game. Raptors playing a couple of those players here today. Here's the 1-0 to Chase Nye from Blake Hammond. Tears the outside corner for strike number 1 of the count. Drifters with that single by Gage Bruce. That's their first hit of the game as well. We're able to walk and take advantage of some inner pitches that hit the batters through the first inning to score their run. Check to first is not in time. Ridgefield's also got a whole special going on here at the work for this last series. Got half off merch in the tent around the work, and a Conex crate that sits down the third base line. So we're seeing a lot more different jerseys and hats seen around the work, as the last time to get your merchandise. 2-1's up there, and that is ball number 3. Here to the Drifters, Chase Nye. Nye, the infielder out of Grass Valley, California. Stay off, strike 2. And the Drifters haven't played as well as they would have liked this second half. Certainly didn't expect to be near the bottom of the second half standings, just 6-15, but just didn't get a chance to get their team under him for this half. Here goes Bruce to second. That ball shoved into left and drops foul. Barely gets away from the line for a foul ball, and Ridgefield rather fortunate that time as Wallace was well away from the baseball. Probably would have been 2 bases there for Bruce from first, as he was already near second by the time that ball landed. The 3-2 from Blake Hammond. That's upstairs, ball 4. So it's the third baseman, Kedron Kinsey, due up in a tie game at 1. He walked in the first. Infielder out of the University of Hawaii and Pierce College. As Chris Cota steps up for the Raptors to go talk with his pitcher. And just to recap this game for you, Raptors allowed 1 run to the Drifters in the top of the first. That would come around on no hits but 1 error. There was 1 left on for Springfield. They had 2 walks in the inning and then a error by Taylor Takata. That would end up allowing Chase Nye to score, who is the first Drifter to get on in this game. And then Springfield so far here in the third has had a single by Gage Bruce, and Chase Nye just walked. Though Ridgefield in its own first inning had a run on 2 hits, left a couple on, and that'll be something Ridgefield tries not to do as bad as they did in Game 3 against Yakima. The team left on a runner in every inning except the ninth. First pitch from Hammond. Runs upstairs to Kedron Kinsey. Kinsey been a 2-time member of college spring ball. Played over there with the Illinois Valley Pistol Shrimp last season in 2023. That's in the Prospect League. As we see strike 1 there. In fact, the Pistol Shrimp now into the postseason, though, in the Prospect League playoffs that just kicked off this year. Hammond with no obvious arm in the bullpen behind him to go here in the third. He pumps up the fastball. Hardy swing by Kinsey. He was looking to go in the left field pen there. It's tough to get it out here with Ridgefield's wind typically blowing against the 310-foot home run out there to left field in the corner. 2-strike offer again. This time it is well outside. On deck is Elijah Maris, the shortstop. Nolan Miller in the hole for Springfield. Would be interesting to see if the Drifters bring out Justin Sukata in this game. The 2-2. And it barely moves upstairs. If you remember, those dedicated Raptors fans that have been tuning in this season, Justin Sukata was on the Raptors earlier on this year, but he's found himself in a Drifters uniform after training with University of Portland over the last few weeks. Now both runners go on the pitch, and it's fouled back. Kinsey tries to battle here against Blake Hammond with the game tied at 1, but Sukata last played in Ridgefield on June 29th against the Pickles and has played in 3 games so far with the Drifters this season. Hammond's got the 3-2. This ball is into right field with a little carry. Kashke comes in on it and makes the catch for the out. There is 1 down. Now it's Elijah Maris out of Linfield, the D3 program up here in the PNW. He's transferred all over the place and steps in today. He reached on Takata's error back in the first inning. Stole the base later on. Hammond has this one shoved into left field. That's a hit. Wallace will eventually get to the ball and fire in. The relay is not there in time. RBI single for Elijah Maris, and the Drifters have a 2-1 lead. That'll be Gage Bruce who scores to make it 2-1. As Nolan Miller steps up, the first baseman. There is Maris again doing some damage for the Drifters, who's been their most consistent player all year long. Miller struck out in the first, and that one is down for a ball. And if you look at Maris, as we talked about, has the ability to steal, hit the long ball, and drive the baseball to whatever he's given. But this one's in a center, and Harris chases it down for the second out. So Miller's retired. He's 0 for 2. Raptors down by a run, trying to get the final out against Sam Weber. Left fielder was hit by a pitch in the second. Scored a run later on. Has the interesting mix-up here with the no batting gloves, and it's rare to see no batting gloves at this point of baseball history, but here's the first pitch from Hammond. And I'll roam outside for a ball. I think it gets even more tough to wear no gloves with the wooden barrel that you have. A lot of the college metal bats will feature a heftier grip. This one grinds to the turf for ball 2. And Weber, another Drifter who is relatively new in town, just his 17th game of the season here. Did play the series against Ridgefield back in early July. That is slammed to the turf for a ball, and Weber in his first game against Ridgefield went 1 for 3 and then subbed in late on July 13th and scored a run after walking. Crowds the plate here with that shortly open stance. Nice shove into the zone by Hammond here, and Ridgefield is starting to get the pen a little active now down there in left field. Looks like Dylan Richardson is up and throwing. With 2 outs, the pitch. Into the air again towards Harrison Kashke. Those two converge. Harris at the track and the wall. Slides down with out number 3. Come on, Desan Harris. A highlight grab to end the inning. And Ridgefield against Springfield in the third does allow 1 run on 2 hits. There are no errors in the inning and a couple left on base. We're going to go to the bottom of the third, and Ridgefield is down 2-1 to Springfield.
Ridgefield Main Street partners with the Raptors and invites you to discover downtown for shopping, dining, and exploring the arts. We're working to keep our small town charm intact by supporting our merchants and the community. Join us for Main Street Day and our fall wine walk. Spend your Main Street moolah at most shops and restaurants. We have 4 active committees and are always looking for volunteers. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com. See you downtown, and go Raptors!
For over 70 years, Columbia Credit Union has put people first, supporting its Main Street neighbors with high-earning accounts and the best possible rates. That's because its core values of people, community, and financial wellness are behind everything that Columbia Credit Union does, from checking and savings to home mortgage, credit cards, and business banking. Drop by a branch or visit columbiacu.org to see the credit union difference yourself. Columbia Credit Union, investing in values since 1952.
Billy Dotson back out there for the Drifters. He'll face Justin Stransky. Had a single back earlier on the game of the first inning. Scored a run there as well.
Justin Stransky.
He steps in here with the sun setting on the third base side. A nice work crowd cheering him on. First pitch to Stransky from Dotson. He goes right through a big bending curve at 75 for strike 1. Quick message from our friends at Taco Bell. The moment you've been waiting for is finally here. Nacho fries are back at Taco Bell. Get ready to dive into crispy golden fries smothered in warm nacho cheese sauce and loaded with savory toppings. Experience the ultimate snack sensation that's been dearly missed. Hurry in and grab your nacho fries fix today. Don't miss out. Nacho fries are back for a limited time only at Taco Bell. Pitch down to Stransky, and that one is away for a ball. Drifters in a similar position than they've been before to Ridgefield. If you go back to their Game 1 loss in early July, had a lead against Ridgefield very late, couldn't hang on as Stransky gets that one over to third. It's a tough bounce, and Kinsey cannot handle it. That'll be marked a hit for Stransky, his second of the ball game. Now it is Hunter Kashke. And speaking of hits, he had one back in the first inning for the Raptors. Kashke hopes to get another here. He's been amazingly hot up there at the plate. Came into today hitting .361. That one's going to zap outside for a ball. And Kashke, one thing he's done is hit the home run ball really well. 6 homers on the year. Second in the West Coast League. That's down there for a ball 2 of the count. Kashke was a transfer of the College of Southern Nevada near his hometown of Las Vegas. It's the home of Bryce Harper for a season, who's one of the higher baseball prospects ever. Actually stepped out of high school ball early to play there at Southern Nevada. But Kashke, as a sophomore in 23, was named a Conference Player of the Year. He hit .396 with 20 doubles. His 66 RBIs and 14 home runs, was leading the conference. And it counts 3-1 here to Kashke. Raptors still down 2-1, just gave up the tie ball game in the top of this inning. A 3-1 to Hunter Kashke. And Dotson steps off. And in the side of the Drifters bullpen, currently no action just yet. Certainly these two coaches would love the starters to go 4 to 5 at the least. But Kashke will see ball 4 and beyond. Another Ridgefield member on the base pads. Now it is Sofia Mawai. He walked in the first and steps in here trying for his first hit at the Rourke in 2024. Native of the grand state of Hawaii over there across the pond. And he'll await the first from Dotson with nobody out. And Mawai grinds it to first. They're going to go for the double play. It is caught on the throw by Miller, by Elijah Maris, the shortstop, for the out. But the Raptors have runners at the corners. Mawai's way up the first base line. He had a hefty sprint through that baseball to make sure he arrived at least at first. And it is now Doyle Kane who walked. Had an RBI back in the first inning. Interesting way to have his first plate appearance as a Raptor. Again, he hit .265 in the spring as a redshirt junior with the Tritons of UC San Diego. Now the first pitch. Inside for a strike. And in conversation with Chris Cota before the game, knew a lot of these players that he was getting for this final week, and part of that reason is he did get to coach Kane not only here but at the College of the Canyons for 2 seasons that he played, 3 seasons that Kane was in the program. Of course, 2020 was canceled due to COVID, but Kane earned a red shirt for that and played in 2021 and 22 at the College of the Canyons, was a first-team all-conference man in 2022. Dotson motions that pitch to the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike here with 1 out. Justin Stransky still at third. He had the single back in the first at-bat of the inning, and then Hunter Kashke was out at second on the fielder's choice by Sofia Mawai. He stands at first. And a big swing by Kane is strike two. Now Kane will be returning to the Tritons rather soon, but comes over for, you can call it a baseball vacation over the next couple of weeks with the Raptors. You do play in just about every other game of the year, though, to be eligible for the postseason. Kane goes through the 2-2. I believe that was fouled off. No strike three call. We'll stay alive there. And Doyle Kane is pretty much an everyday guy over there at UC San Diego as a redshirt sophomore. He's the only Triton to appear in all 52 games in 2023. Had 51 starts at first base. That's where he's at for the Raptors in this game. And he drives this one up the middle. It's through Maris for a base hit. Welcome to the Raps. Doyle Kane starting hot. 2 RBIs on the day to make it 2-2. And now Colby Wallace steps in, the outfielder out of LMU. Had hit into the double play to end the first. And hopes to keep this line moving. Raptors have 2 hits in the inning alone. And that one is roped off the edge of the strike zone for ball 1. Raptors set up for maybe a big inning here. That's kind of their statement of the year offensively. Love to use that momentum in one inning and kind of run away with games. That was the case in the Game 1 win against Yakima. Raptors put up 7 in the second inning. That set the tempo, and later on in that game had really, when it was already arguably out of reach, later on in the top of the ninth scored an additional 8 runs. So more than half the runs coming in just those couple of innings. And Wallace will hit it foul on the third base side. That one just dodging a young fan. He keeps on hold to the ice cream as he walks, saw that baseball drop right in front of him. Got to keep your head on the swivel at the work with the 1-2 coming down from Dotson. And Wallace unable to punch that one into the field. He swings for the out, and there's 2 down for the Drifters defense.
2-out rally. Let's go. One going right now with your third.
Kyle Marion's up there for the Raptors. Had that single he slapped to left in the first check at the second inning. And that's inside towards the Gonzaga Bulldog. One spot Marion said he was trying to improve this whole summer, his offense, and has found himself in the lineup quite a bit. And you see why he wanted to improve it, as now it's starting to pay off as he slaps that one back up the middle for a single. Marion's on for the second time in the ball game. 2 hits on the afternoon. Raptors will keep everyone parked at each base. Nunez now steps up, the shortstop. Sacrificed in the second to move along Marion to second base, but see what the shortstop can do to try to extend this rally. The first pitch from Dotson, and that plunks Nunez off the left shoulder, so he gets on. That allows Sofia Mawai to break up the tie. It's now 3-2. RBI on the hit by pitch to Son. Harris will step in out of center field. He went 0 for 1 so far, and now we have, I believe, a short delay on the field. Catcher Jackson Upton has to go get a baseball or something of those likes to the home plate umpire, David Richardson.
Here comes your center fielder from the
Harris will step back in after that, and Raptors up 3-2, look to pounce here. The bases are loaded. Pitch to the center fielder. That one's down low for a ball, and it's a time where the Drifters still throwing the football down in the right field pen. Nobody up and going just yet. The 1-0. Harris up the middle, a base hit. Here comes Kane, he scores. Mamarian touches home as well. And the Raptors add 2 more to lead 5-2 over the Drifters. Good work by Deshaun Harris. And he picks up a couple RBIs with that swing. Now he has 17 on the season, as Dotson has a conference with Springfield and its coaching staff. And if you're just tuning in, the Raptors on one of those big innings, 4 runs in this bottom of the third to now take the lead and extend it over the last couple of plays. And this is a spot you Drifters did not want to be in, but we'll take a quick message from ANNCR. You're free now, free to experience the internet like you've always imagined, free to stream, game, and share like never before. It's because Quantum Fiber Internet unleashes what you need to make the most of your online life. Speed, reliability, and seamless Wi-Fi coverage for your home or business, and it all comes at a value you'll love. Now get 500 meg internet for $50 a month from Quantum Fiber. And with Price for Life Internet, keep your internet service monthly rate for as long as you keep your plan. Internet service monthly rate subject to continued plan availability. That's 500 meg internet for just $50 a month and a rate you can rely on, all from Quantum Fiber. Welcome to Internet Freedom. It's your world unleashed. Here's Taylor Takata trying to get on for the first time in today's game. He's 0 for 2 as Dotson throws home. It is sprayed outside for ball 1. And Takata been a on-base machine for the most part for the Raptors. Came into today with 43 hits and 37 walks. See if he finds his way on here. Johnson can't get the outside. This has been a rather long bottom of the third here at their work, but the sun's starting to go down, draw some cooler temperatures here. Shade will cast from third base first over any part of the field. 2-0. In the zone for a called strike. Takata, this will be his 39th game of the season. Was not ranked out of the scouting services back in his high school career. And now ropes it into left field. That's going to deposit down in front of the left fielder, Weber. He tries to beat Nunez to the plate and cannot get it there. That's an RBI single for Taylor Takata. Raptors now lead 6-2.
Wowza!
Offense working wonders in the later half of this third inning. Raptors have now had 5 in a row reach. And for the second time in the inning, it's Justin Stransky. He singled to lead off this inning way back earlier on. Takes the first in there, up and in, I should say, for a ball. And this is the offense that the Raptors have enjoyed this second half, that have really put a lot of teams away. Just have that blitz of offense in 1 to 2 innings that really seems to make it difficult. Stransky jumps on this pitch. It's hit high and deep to center and traced down by Gage Bruce out there. He battles the sun for the final out in the inning. Raptors in the third put up 5 and do so on 5 hits as well. There are a couple left on base. There are no errors in the inning, but we move to the 4th inning. Raptors now winning 6-2 over the Drifters.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
Holt Homes is proud to be a local builder. We embrace all that is special about Oregon and Southwest Washington. The natural beauty of the landscape, the dynamic climate, the community that brings us together. It's why we live and build in this place that we love. Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. Find home today at holtpnw.com.
Sometimes you just want more. So unleash the power of Burgerville Rewards. While others merely go out, enjoy a meal, and go home, you, the genius that you are, capitalize on every burger, every shake, and every fry to get even more burgers, more shakes, and more fries. Oh, and every dollar you spend supports local ranchers, farmers, and producers. So join Burgerville Rewards today, because you deserve more.
Blake Hammond back to work for the Raptors here. We're now up for their pitcher in the top of the fourth, 6-2. Scored 5 in the last half inning to bring up the score. And Drifters now will have Jackson Upton due up. Catcher, who is 0 for 1, the pitch. He goes and attacks for strike one. Big news now in baseball. The 18th no-hitter in San Francisco Giants history completed by Blake Snell. He no-hit the Reds today. That ball's on to Takata at second. This time has it easy over to first for the out. That's big news for the Giants. And in baseball, of course, the Raptors had their own no-hitter, but it was through 3 pitchers back on June the 10th against the Pippins. As it'll be Dylan Carson, the DH, who's been hit by a pitch so far in the game. Now Blake Hammond goes home. And is down for strike one. Of course, there have been no other West Coast League no-hitters that have come across this season outside of the Raptors' effort. That's a rare achievement to have. That's off the knee of Carson. Second time he's been hit by a pitch. He'll have a few bruises in the morning. As he jogs down to first, it's Garrett Cooper for Springfield. Outfielder trying to get his way on base here and develop at a Lower Columbia. Doesn't have a far drive to Longview after the season. That pitch grinds up there for a ball, and Hammond still has nobody going for him in the left field pen. That you can see that it does appear to be the Raptors with a bullpen catcher down there ready to catch. We do not identify a number just yet. Counts 2-0 with 1 out. Raptors winning 6-2 in the top of the fourth. Is this one shoved high? And Ridgefield would welcome in another inning here if Hammond can get out of this jam. Do have the double play ball up the middle in effect here. As that one's over the zone to Hammond. Be the top of the order, Gage Bruce, after this plate appearance by Cooper. Chase Nye in the hole for the Drifters. And Hammond runs the fastball in there towards the hands of Cooper for ball 4. Suddenly it is Gage Bruce up there with 2 on and 1 out. We'll see a slow walk by the Raptors head coach Chris Cota, and he might decide to go to the pen. He will remove Blake Hammond. Hammond goes 3 1/3 and steps away. We'll have the name, the number, the info on the new pitcher when we come back. Raps going to the bullpen, up 6-2 over the Drifters.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
At Dick Hanna, we know that buying a car can feel like you're in some overdramatic reality show. There's
shocking news.
6 weeks to get the red one?
And people who aren't here to make friends.
Honey, look confident. The salesperson is coming.
At Dick Hanna, our huge inventory of 14 brands and 600 plus used vehicles means we have something for everyone. So skip all the... At Dick Hanna, we believe in nice and making nice your reality.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
Raptors have a 6-2 lead, but will try to protect it here with Dylan Richardson on the mound with 2 on and 1 out. He replaces Blake Hammond, and Richardson out of Vancouver, Washington is 6'3", 215, a 5.71 ERA in 11 appearances, nearly 18 innings for the righty. He's a native of the region, and 17 1/3 innings, I should say, to be exact, but 14 walks, 17 strikeouts for Richardson. He last pitched on the road against the Black Bears in Longview. He went an inning and a third, did not allow a run or a hit. Had 1 walk to 4 strikeouts for the right-handed pitcher. And he looks to build off that performance against the Black Bears. Raptors ended up taking 2 of 3 against their South Division foe, plus the Columbia River Cup. That's a nice-looking silver trophy sitting at home in the trophy case of the Raps. Gage Bruce is the hitter for Springfield. He's 1 for 2. Richardson's curveball's near the eyes of Bruce for a ball. Raptors, one of many games going here in the WCL tonight. We'll be scoreboard watching that way the Pickles break down on this Friday night, as that one grinds into the zone for a strike to Bruce. Just to look at it now, of course, the Raptors a half game ahead of the Pickles for the South Division. Want to win that so they can have potentially 2 home playoff games in the first round and get a likely weaker opponent. It is up there from Richardson for a ball, but Pippins right now leading 1-0 at Walker Stadium. They bust over there after playing the Raptors yesterday. If that score can hold, Raptors would have a chance potentially go up a game and a half. 2-1 from D. Rich. Off the shoulder of Bruce. He goes down to first, and the bases are loaded for the Drifters. Tying run now at the plate, that's Chase Nye. Second baseman's walked twice, scored once, and Springfield not going away here early in the middle innings. This is exactly the time the Drifters need to respond after that big inning by the Raptors. It can be easy to let Ridgefield try and get you down by that mean, but if the Drifters are going to come back, you have to build on this chance. Nice stepping in. The pitch home. It'll be outside for a ball, and Chase Nye, the second baseman for the Drifters, infielder at a Bushnell University. Shares time at the Hamlin Sports Complex with the Drifters in the summer. Richardson scrapes it away for a ball. Now we got a meeting for Stransky and Dylan Richardson. There's nowhere to put the lead runner at third, which is Dylan Carson right now for the Drifters. Stransky trying to motivate Richardson to find the strike zone. Here in D-Rich, rather effective when he is in the zone. As we mentioned, the 4 strikeouts against the Black Bears were actually all his outs in that appearance. Does he have that here today is the question with the 2-0. This time it runs away from all 3. Kedron Kinsey on deck for the Drifters, who would come up with a walk already on the card. This 3-0. Ball 4, and Dylan Richardson fails to find the zone there to chase Nye. That'll jog home Dylan Carson for run number 1 in the 4th by the Drifters. They are now down 6-3. It'll be Kedron Kinsey who is 0 for 1. He was caught stealing after the walk in the first inning. And the Drifters' momentum continues to roll in the 4th. As Richardson drives it inside for a ball. Still got the double play set up. Ridgefield have its defense mostly even. Depth out there in the infield. Ready to turn 2 from any force out. This time Richardson runs it low for a ball. Problem here for D-Rich, he's got another situation with those bases loaded. Cannot put Cooper anywhere, who's at third. Springfield holding the bat on its shoulder. And Dylan finally into the zone with strike 1. Draws that extra applause from the Rourke. And Richardson has pitched a few times in recent memory. And against the Drifters did rather well on July 13th. As he gets strike 2. Probably part of the reason he's made his appearance against Springfield today on July 13th. 3 innings of shutout baseball for Richardson. Had 1 walk and 3 Ks against the Drifters. He's in this order again. He's trying to get things done out of this jam. The 1 walk that did come home was carded against Blake Hammond. And Hammond still responsible for Garrett Cooper at third. After 3 1/3, he was taken out for Richardson. 2-2 to Kinsey. His slam foul towards the Raps dugout. Hammond, though, did finish with 4 walks and 1 strikeout himself. Hit a couple of batters in addition to that. Richardson with that close stance, ready to come home from Edmonds College. That is hit back to the screen again. And D-Rich, like a lot of other Raptors, looking to potentially transfer out of that JUCO level one day, but currently committed to Edmonds. Pitched there as a freshman in the spring in 7 appearances. Hails from Union High School. 2-2. This is dashed foul on the first base side and roams out of play. This one nearly an hour 20 minutes old from the Rourke. That wind still blows out to right center field. Raptors one of several going here on this Friday night. The Raptors' second to last series in the regular season. That concludes on August the 8th in Walla Walla. D-Rich with the 2-2 at his head. This ball is hit high and deep left field. Wallace chases it down to the corner and makes the catch and will turn it to the infield. That's going to go down as a sac fly by Kedron Kinsey. He plates home Garrett Cooper with that, and it is now 6-4. It'll be Elijah Maris in the game at 6-4. Richardson with the ball near his head. The first pitch is up into the sky and trends to first. Doyle Kane, will go out there towards the coaching box to make the catch for the final out in the inning. So the Drifters scratch for 2 in the 4th, ultimately do that on no hits in the inning. There are no errors either and a couple left on base. We are going to head to the bottom of the 4th. Ridgefield looking to get some more runs after allowing 2 to the Drifters.
At Dick Hanna, we know that buying a car can feel like you're in some overdramatic reality show. There's
shocking news.
6 weeks to get the red one?
And people who aren't here to make friends.
Honey, look confident. The salesperson is coming.
At Dick Hanna, our huge inventory of 14 brands and 600 plus used vehicles means we have something for everyone. So skip all the... At Dick Hanna, we believe in nice and making nice your reality.
We've been perfecting the process since 1989. And since we're family run, we keep the community in mind. RVs, boats, campers, trailers, if you're missing some glass, we can make it custom tailored. Windshields or rock chips or any shattered mess, give us a call at Hampton Auto Glass.
We're going to see Hunter Kashke start things off for the Raptors. My name is Patrick McCall. We are in the bottom of the 4th inning. Drifters down 6-4 to Ridgefield. As Dotson sprays that one home at 70 for a strike. And be interesting to see how things break down here for Hunter Kashke the last couple of weeks. Been the hot bat. He's 1 for 1 tonight. This time he shoves it into right. That is played shallow by the second baseman, Chase Nye, who was able to get to the baseball down the line and get the first out. Now it is Sofia Mawai, the DH, who's walked and reached on a fielder's choice. And we'll get you around the scores real quick here in the WCL on this Friday, August the 2nd. Bellingham Bells hosting the Harbor Cats at Joe Martin Field and leads 6-0. The Kelowna Falcons up 2-0 over the North Paws in the top of the 6th. That'll be ball 1. The Riverhawks lead 4-0 over the Lefties in the top of the 5th from Civic Field. Sweets up 1-0 over the Black Bears in the top of the 6th at Borleski Stadium. The Bend Elks leading 4-0 over the Knights in the bottom of the 5th. That is being played in Bend. The Apple Sox down by 1 to the Night Owls, 3-2 in the bottom of the 4th. As Mawai shoots it foul on the first base side. The other 2 scores going on. The Pippins still up over the Pickles, 1-0 in the bottom of the 2nd from Walker Stadium. And of course the Raptors up 6-4 here in the bottom of the 4th. That is the West Coast League scoreboard here on this Friday. That ball had no chance at a strike. It's 2-2. Dotson looking rather effective right now for Springfield, at least after he was able to get out of that 3rd, and every other inning been okay enough, and this time it is roped foul. Though the Drifters will let him get out there and allow some runs maybe than other coaches would allow. He did give up 5 and 6 against Walla Walla, went 7 though, and only the 3 given up against Ridgefield on July 12th. Had a great start there. This time it'll get outside. Make the count full here to Mawai.
Let's go Raptors!
Full count offer to Sofia Mawai. A shot into center field way up there, and it is played by Gage Bruce, who gloves it down for out number 2. It'll be Doyle Kane. He has done nice here for the Raptors in his first game of 2024. 2 RBIs, hit a walk in the first, single in the 3rd. Steps in with 2 away, and Dotson still with no relief in the right field pen. Drifters will let it fly here from Ottawa, Arizona. And he beans Kane. He's on for the third time in as many plate appearances.
This is how we started the last two-out rally.
Now it's Colby Wallace who hit into that double play in the first. He struck out last time up in the third, took a week off, and now is thankful to be back in the lineup. Wallace at the ready with Dotson on the hill still for the Drifters. He will motion that down for ball one. Crowd still heavy here at the work. A lot of them on the lawns down in left and right field. And Wallace now will be able to collect that one into right field. A slap of a base hit gets down, and Ridgefield has put two on here with two out. Left fielder's earned his way on as Kyle Marion digs in. The third baseman who is 2 for 2. And the right guy may be up here. Worked himself through a hot day with the 2 hits. Now with the 2 outs, Raptors try that rally here after getting Cashy and Mawai down to start the inning. And there's Mamarian with hit number 3 of the game. Kane will get on his horse. He's got it around third. The throw to home is in time. Sam Weber with a strong arm in left ends the inning. And the Raptors spoil the 2 hits they have in the inning. Leave 2 on. There's no errors and no runs either for the offense. We go to the 5th after work, 6-4 Ridgefield.
You want to hear about A? Listen to this. This is what it sounds like to stay and play at A. And with our new luxury hotel featuring an indoor-outdoor pool, dining with incredible views, and more, it sounds even better. This is what it sounds like at the area's premier dining, gaming, and entertainment destination. A. Sounds like fun. Book your stay now at ilaniresort.com.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Other places make you pay extra for that. But at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from less. Book your appointment at leschwab.com. Terms and conditions apply. See leschwab.com for details.
Ridgefield Main Street is dedicated to historic preservation, beautification, and a thriving downtown. We support our merchants and our community, and thank you for shopping small. Join us for Main Street Day in our fall wine walk. Discover downtown for unique shopping, dining, and exploring the arts. Spend your Main Street moolah at most shops, restaurants, and the food carts. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com. Go Raptors, and we'll see you downtown.
Raptors facing the Drifters. This game moves to the top of the 5th with Ridgefield up 6-4. Dylan Richardson back out there in relief for the Raptors as the Drifters send up first baseman Nolan Miller. He's 0 for 2. That one's going to be shoved into left. Wallace dances around and makes the catch for the first out. Easy start for Dylan Richardson. Sam Weber will dig in there. He's been hit by a pitch and flew out. And Weber out there in left just had the really strong throw from his defensive position to put down Doyle Kane, who tried to stretch from second to get to the plate and score the 7th Raptor run, but he was out by a mile. And Kane digs away from that pitch inside for a ball. Pardon me, that's Sam Weber. Got the 2 mixed up, but they were involved last inning, and Richardson hopes to settle under himself after technically allowing those 2 runs, but they went to the card of Blake Hammond in the last half inning, and now this ball gets right through the trap of Kyle Mamarian at third. And what looked like maybe an easy out turns to a single for Sam Weber. As Mamarian just didn't have the glove at the right spot. That'll be a base hit for Sam Weber. It's Jackson Upton. He is 0 for 1. That one's down in the turf for a ball. Interesting spot there for Richardson as he has to step in here and try to get this double play ball. That one's down in the zone for ball 2. Ridgefield certainly made a mistake defensively before, but been able to get out of the jams. Richardson back home. Weber goes to second. The throw is off the mark by Justin Strinsky. That's a stolen base for Sam Weber. Second time he has taken off, and he's in there with the stir-up Blue Sox. In scoring position with 1 down. Drifters have the tying run at the plate. And Upton goes through that one heavy for strike 2. Jackson Upton, one of the most rare two-way guys out there, does catching and will also pitch. It'll be outside for a ball, but Upton could be his own battery mate. Knows both positions well from Yakima Valley College. It's right out there by the Pippins Place at Yakima County Stadium. Now the 3-2 pitch. Richardson causes the swing there by Upton. It's into right field. Kashke makes the catch, and a strong throw prevents advancement from a Weber. There's 2 down. Ridgefield now with a good chance to potentially get out of this. Dylan Carson stepping in for the Drifters in blue. Has been hit by a pitch twice. Carson's had 1 hit in 7 games stepping into today from Eugene, Oregon. That drops into the table for a strike, and Eugene really literally only a few miles away from Springfield. Got the University of Oregon in town there, and Drifters definitely try to recruit the Ducks to the squad. Half swing by Carson. He does go around 0-2. No appeal there necessary for Shane Kelly, the base umpire. Richardson calling balls and strikes in this game 1. These two will be in action as well for games 2 and 3 as they flip roles. And that is fouled away on the third base side. Raptors have brought out Rally the Bird, who's making his way around the concourse again today, and the Tots truck is open in left field. 2 conditions that occasionally will be offline for the Raptors, but good to see everything in motion here as Richardson pumps it off the plate for a ball. Raptors have opened that Tots truck just at the beginning of this season, and it's certainly been a great amenity down there. Been a lot of fans in line every time you take a peek down the third base line. We got the 1-2 here from D. Rich. Weber's going to take off, swing and a miss, ends the inning. Raptors against the Drifters in the 5th allow no runs on 1 hit. There are no errors and 1 Drifter left on base. Let's go to the home half of the 5th. Raptors looking to rally, still up 6-4.
Ridgefield Main Street partners with the Raptors and invites you to discover downtown for shopping, dining, and exploring the arts. We're working to keep our small town charm intact by supporting our merchants and the community. Join us for Main Street Day and our fall wine walk. Spend your Main Street moolah at most shops and restaurants. We have 4 active committees and are always looking for volunteers. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com. See you downtown, and go Raptors!
For over 70 years, Columbia Credit Union has put people first, supporting its Main Street neighbors with high earning accounts and the best possible rates. That's because its core values of people, community, and financial wellness are behind everything that Columbia Credit Union does, from checking and savings to home mortgage, credit cards, and business banking. Drop by a branch or visit columbiacu.org to see the credit union difference yourself. Columbia Credit Union, investing in values since 1952.
Raptors beating the Drifters right now 6-4. Welcome to the bottom of the fifth. As the sun sets in Ridgefield, Julian Nunez steps up for the Raptors. He's the shortstop at a Pepperdine's been hit by a pitch. Sacrificed to get on in the second inning as Dotson motions home. That one shoved for a foul ball. Just a reminder, you can get your Raptor playoff tickets now on RidgefieldRaptors.com. In fact, the Raptors are partnering up to have a few free tickets being given out to that Ridgefield home playoff game. This one is on the ground, back up the middle, and a tough play rolls out of bounds on the first base side, a foul ball. Smart play by Dotson to let that one just leak out of play. Don't think he would have had a shot to get Nunez. But the count is 0-2 here to the shortstop. Nunez will step back in. He crowds the plate at a Pepperdine. Stands rather close to that white line. This one will bounce for a ball. Nunez started to try and pick up the bat here in the recent couple of games. Did have the 2 hits yesterday against Yakima. Had a hit in game 1. The 1-2. Through the bat of Nunez for strikeout number 1 in the inning from Billy Dotson. Dotson, outside of that third where he allowed the 5, has been pretty effective. Ridgefield scoring 1 in the first. And has had some issues in all the other innings. Deshaun Harris will step in. The center fielder's 1 for 2. Of course, that's kind of how the Raptors like to push across those runs in big spurts. As that'll be away for a ball. Drifters have still not had anybody going in the pen and appear to try to be saving the arms for the rest of the series. And Harris will get that one outside. Of course, what's on the line here is Dotson will try to go 5 1/3 to be the Drifters' all-time leader in innings. Needs another inning as the 1-1. Motions away for ball 2. That's part of the strategy by the Drifters coaching staff to keep Dotson out there despite allowing these 6 runs so far. Harris thought about it. Stuck off the ball down low. Alan Embry, the head coach of the Drifters here for Springfield. Assistant coach is Rocco Ferrari. He's the AC over at Mount Hood. This one dashes for strike 2. Of course, the Raptors have a lot of connection to Mount Hood. Had some players come from that program that have worn a Ridgefield Raptors red and black. Now a full count offer. Harris will shoot it into center, but that's going to leak into the glove of Gage Bruce for out number 2. Raptors still winning 6-4 over the Drifters, but Billy Dotson will try and put down Taylor Takata. Taylor's 1 for 3 on the day. Had that error as well defensively in the first. Here's the pitch to the infielder out of Hawaii. He's on a spell here where he's had 7 games in a row with a hit. Is that one? He's over the plate. No balls, 1 strike here to Taylor Takata. In fact, Taylor had 4 hits against Cowlitz in that road trip in game 3, and then 3 hits twice against Yakima Valley. That time the breaking pitch is for a strike, and this is the best of Billy Dotson that the Raptors have seen so far today, really working ahead in the 5th inning. Scott is going to get time granted here. Must be adjusting something in, appears to be Takata's eye, but it was granted time by home plate umpire David Richardson. If not, of course we can't see the face of Takata. It might be those stitches in the right cheek that Takata has. Got those on a tough bounce back in the Corvallis series at Oregon State's campus, the 0-2. This one squibbled onto the ground towards first. It'll be a tough play, but Dotson beats out Takata to the bag, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base here for Ridgefield, as Dotson now ties the Springfield Drifters for the all-time lead in innings pitched. You can break it with an out in the 6th inning, but we'll return when the Drifters bat for the top of the 6th. Raptors up 6-4.
Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
Holt Homes is proud to be a local builder. We embrace all that is special about Oregon and Southwest Washington. The natural beauty of the landscape, the dynamic climate, the community that brings us together. It's why we live and build in this place that we love. Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. Find home today at holtpnw.com.
Sometimes you just want more. So unleash the power of Burgerville Rewards. While others merely go out, enjoy a meal, and go home, you, the genius that you are, capitalize on every burger, every shake, and every fry to get even more burgers, more shakes, and more fries. Oh, and every dollar you spend supports local ranchers, farmers, and producers. So join Burgerville Rewards today, because you deserve more.
Raptors winning this one by 2 over the Drifters. Here's Ryan McClaskey, the new arm, facing Garrett Cooper, and that's in there for a called strike. Ryan McClaskey out of Lower Columbia College, pitching with the Red Devils in the NWAC as a 4.72 ERA this season in the WCL. 10 appearances, nearly 14 innings for the right-hander. That time it is outside. 15 walks, 14 strikeouts for McClaskey. The 1-1. Slashed out of play. And McClaskey got to see him on Raptors on the Road. That's our series on the YouTube channel. He told me that enjoyed his time with the Red Devils and loves playing there in David Story Field. Well, both in the summer and the spring. Now a 1-2. It'll be checked up by Garrett Cooper for strikeout number 1 for Ryan McClaskey. And there's one down in the 6th. It'll be Gage Bruce. He has lined out, singled, and been hit by a pitch. First time McClaskey gets to run the pitches by him, and Drifters are being out-hit right now by the Raptors by 7, but are just down 2. McClaskey deals it over the zone for a strike. In the case, the Drifters have walked several times here today. Dylan Richardson ends after an inning and 2/3 to get McClaskey's outing started, though Ryan so far has not been working outside the zone. 0-2 from McClaskey. Down and for a ball, number 1. And you look at Gage Bruce, stepping into this appearance, the outfielder out of the University of Portland. He's been so consistent, hit .346 as a sophomore in the spring and stepped it up here with Springfield in the summer. Now it's to Nunez, who is deep in the hole at short. Still has time to flip it at first to get the out. Bruce, an everyday guy for Portland, and now in the summer, as a lot of those UP guys transplant through the West Coast League and do very well. Now it's Chase Nye, the infielder out of Bushnell. In fact, it doesn't feel like there are any pilots in that program that didn't play over the summer. First pitch from McClaskey. Dealt up there. Raptors still winning this ball game, 6-4. Again, what's on the line? They need to win to maintain the lead over the Pickles for the South Division in the second half, as this ball is driven to left. Wallace with a slide. He turns around and flips it out number 3 to the infield, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on either for Springfield in this 6th inning. We go to the home half of the 6th. Raptors up next, up 6-4.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise. C-Tran is your public transit system offering.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
Raptors' Justin Stransky is the catcher due up. He's 1 for 3. Check that, 2 for 3. Catcher will start things off. Billy Dotson needs 1 out to be the Drifters' all-time leader in innings pitched. And that one traces low for a ball. Be big to see if the Drifters can have a new all-time leader. And Dotson has battled well after giving up 5 in the 3rd. Raptors have not been able to blitz him for anything else in the 4th and the 5th. Ridgefield scored 1 back in the 1st inning. And Dotson sends it low, ball 3 to Stransky. Ridgefield will try to pick up another big inning here for the 6th and maybe set up the later innings for McClaskey. And whichever arm will come out late. Rio is outside, ball 4. Drifters not having anyone in the pen right now as well. It'll be the right fielder, Hunter Kashke. He's had a single walk and popped out. With Dotson having the ball tucked under his glove, he'll try and get that final out he needs. Not going to be easy to do it against Kashke, who is been a hit machine over the second half. This time torches away for a ball. Drifters don't have as much going the rest of the year. Raptors have a series to finish out here against Springfield, then play in Walla Walla 4-3 to round out the year. This time it's back in the zone to Kashke, and Ridgefield, speaking of all-time leaders, Justin Stransky's got to be up there, who sits at first in his second season as a Raptor. Has hit over 300 both times. Kashke boots it up the middle. Dotson gloves it, thought about second, and takes the out at first. And that is it. Billy Dotson now is the all-time leader on the Drifters list in innings pitched. Impressive stuff for Billy Dotson multi-time Springfield Drifter, an organization that's been around for a few times. Has pitched more than anybody else in the blue and white. Hunter Kashke is down. It'll be Sofia Mawai, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. This pitch grinds to the outside for a strike. Mawai was on the bus not long ago for the Raptors and hopes to continue a hot spell he had with the Salamanders out there in North Carolina, but was talking about just needs to keep playing. Part of the reason he picked up his bags to come out here to Ridgefield for these 2 weeks. He feels he's got something going offensively and hopes to build off that Yakima series. In fact, Mawai again was great against the Pippins. 3 hits in the last game yesterday, 1 in game 2 and 2 in game 1. A big Hawaiian up there facing the 0-2 pitch from Dotson. And he goes through the curveball at 70 miles an hour for strikeout number 1 in the inning from Dotson. Drifters thinking about warm-up action to this point. Doyle Kane will be up there for the Raptors. He walked in an RBI, had a single in RBI in the 3rd, and was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. With Wallace on deck, Kane will watch one over the plate for strike 1. Sun nearly set here on the third base side with a little bit of wind blowing to right center. Warwick fans roar the cattle bells after each chant, the 0-1. Now one's on the ground from Kane. Kane, one of those guys that has not been in the transfer portal a ton since landing at his spot with UC San Diego, a JUCO bandit as they call it, from the College of the Canyons. Played a couple of seasons there under Chris Cota. The 0-2 from Dotson. Starter gets a check swing, and they're going to call safe for Kane. He does not go around, and the count's 1-2. Kane will get a shot again. Again, this is his debut this year here from St. Francis High School in his prep career. 1-2. Sprayed foul on the first base side. Springfield will be up in the top of the 7th with Kedron Kinsey leading things off. He's the 3rd hitter. Elijah Maris is the cleanup guy batting from the shortstop position, and Nolan Miller in the 5th slide. This one's booted to 3rd off a high bounce. Kinsey snatches it out of the sky and guns it down to 1st for the final out in the inning. Ridgefield, after 6 innings, still out in front, 6-4. And the Raptors will be back with the lead by 2 in the top of the 7th over the Drifters.
At Dick Hanna, we know that buying a car can feel like you're in some overdramatic reality show. There's
shocking news.
6 weeks to get the red one?
And people who aren't here to make friends.
Honey, look confident. The salesperson is coming.
At Dick Hanna, our huge inventory of 14 brands and 600 plus used vehicles means we have something for everyone. So skip all the... At Dick Hanna, we believe in nice and making nice your reality.
We've been perfecting the process since 1989. And since we're family run, we keep the community in mind. RVs, boats, campers, trailers, if you're missing some glass, we can make it custom tailored. Windshields or rock chips or any shattered mess, give us a call at Hampton Auto Glass.
You want to hear about A. Lene? Listen to this. This is what it sounds like to stay and play at A&A. And with our new luxury hotel, featuring an indoor-outdoor pool, dining with incredible views, and more, it sounds even better. This is what it sounds like at the area's premier dining, gaming, and entertainment destination. A&A. Sounds like fun. Book your stay now at ilaniresort.com.
It is 6-4. Top of the 7th inning. Raptors up over the Drifters. My name is Patrick McCall. Thanks for tuning into the broadcast. We appreciate your support. It'll be Kedron Kinsey, third baseman, who's hit a sac fly, walked in, flew out. First pitch. It is down and in the zone from McClaskey. See if that can end up turning into anything here. And got the Olympics going on over in the city of Paris now. The 0-1 is driven down low, and McClaskey searches for a strike here. But one thing that's been a bit of a concern, there's been no Olympic baseball in every time that the Olympics have been held every 4 years. Be interesting to see if that can make its way back. It's been introduced and then canceled at times as an Olympic sport, although it is interesting that baseball might be older than a lot of the sports being played or have heavier traditions. Klasky will see the 1-2 here to Kedron Kinsey. He shoots it foul again on the third base side. So baseball, of course, has the World Baseball Classic. That's kind of become the synonymous way to put everybody on their home country's team and battle it out. As McClaskey searches for the zone and dishes it up and in. Of course, the most popular sport in Americans' top 4 that's played at the Olympics, probably sport of basketball. That's certainly grown at the global level. This one's back over to the left side. Nunez to his right, now shoots it to first. It is in time to get the out. Nunez across his body with an impressive throw it short. One down now in the 7th. And it's going to be Elijah Maris. He's reached on an error. Had a single and a pop out. Klasky works here with a 2-run lead. Raptors reliever out of Lower Columbia. And this is the guy you got to look out for. He draws it down. Maera's been an everyday guy for the Drifters and been moved up and down the lineup, but he can pretty much play as a power hitter, hit for average, and run for the bases as he swings through that, and the count's even. Klasky with the ball at the belt. Dishes out the 1-1. And sprays it upstairs for strike 2. Raptors expect Klasky to be one of those that hangs around throughout the duration of the summer. Certainly being not far away. The 1-2. Yeah, it's up there, but McClaskey's a Washington native and Lower Columbia, not a far drive from Ridgefield. One of the advantages of the Raptors players that stick into town, and this ball is over the zone for strike 3. We've got 2 down, and it's 6-4 still. Ridgefield over Springfield. Nolan Miller steps in 0 for 3, and see if Miller can find his way on here. That one's a laser to the first base side and leaks out of play. Of course, after speaking of the very close by additions, Colma Marion from Vancouver is the third baseman tonight, so he's able to trek up for these games. And this ball is again foul on the first base side. Ridgefield will try and battle into that postseason You have classes starting a few days after the conclusion of the year in the postseason. Ridgefield will hope to have its best arms for that, the 0-2. Again, foul on the first base side. And this would be strikeout number 5 of the night if McClaskey can get it across the zone. Miller awaits with 2 outs. That is down and inside. Count is 1-2, and one of the things that the Raptors did well early in the year as the offense was trying to find itself has had these late inning rallies by the pitching staff. McClaskey appears to be in that spot right now. So he did not give up a run last inning and now got a real chance to get through 3 straight again. The count at 2-2. He put down Bruce, Nye, and Cooper in the Springfield batting order. Then through the heart of the order right now has got the first 2 outs. Raptors played a lot of close games in the first half. The 2-2. That is behind the plate for a foul ball, and talked a lot with the Raptors pitching coach, I should say coordinator, Corey Cure, but said a lot that's helped out these pitchers as the season's gone along, the offensive boost on the other side of the diamond. And there you see how much it helps. Ryan McClaskey, first 6 he's faced have all gone down on the Drifters shot. He strikes out the 5th overall from the pitching staff side on the evening. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base for Springfield. 6-4 is the Raptors lead as we head to the 8th.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Other places make you pay extra for that, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les. Book your appointment at leschwab.com. Terms and conditions apply. See leschwab.com for details.
Ridgefield Main Street is dedicated to historic preservation, beautification, and a thriving downtown. We support our merchants and our community and thank you for shopping small. Join us for Main Street Day and our fall wine walk. Discover downtown for unique shopping, dining, and exploring the arts. Spend your Main Street moolah at most shops, restaurants, and the food carts. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com. Go Raptors, and we'll see you downtown.
Billy Dodson's still out there for the Drifters, in spite of allowing 6 runs over the first 6 innings. He's now the all-time leader in innings for this Springfield squad after getting that first out in the 5th. He will face Colby Wallace. He's the left fielder who is 1 for 3. That one is at the backstop. And maybe a bit of caution for sending Dodson back out, but Drifters do have the bullpen active now in right field. I'm sure Dodson is ready to be removed when necessary. This count's pushed to 2-0. Appears to be that coaching staff, head coach Alan Embry, trusting in his pitcher here, who has put down the Raptors without a run allowed in the last 3 innings. This time he served it away, ball 3. Alan Embry, the former MLB relief pitcher, knows about the art well, played for 10 teams across 18 seasons. And Wallace will walk on 4 straight pitches to begin this half inning. Raptors send up Kyle Mamarian. 3 hits on the night for the Gonzaga Bulldog, and he's getting instruction from Chris Cota. Raptors head coach, I believe, is going to have Jovan Camacho run for Colby Wallace. Outfielder out of Stevenson Ranch, California, and West Texas A&M.
Jovan Camacho!
And Camacho enters into his 4th game of the year. just got into town for that Black Bears series. He played on July 27th, going 0 for 2 to begin his season.
Stepping up to the plate, number 3.
Has one hit on the year and steps into pinch run and tries to score for the third time this season, but it'll be Kyle Mamarian. And we'll see if he gets another hit on the card here today. He'll show a bunt and scoot it back to Dotson. He throws wild to second base. Jovan Camacho turns the corner, heads to third, and he's there standing up. Nice base running by Camacho to advance twice. And now it is going to be Julian Nunez, the shortstop. Throwing error that time is against the pitcher, Billy Dotson. And this is not a good position for the Drifters, who had so much momentum coming into this inning. And that's to the backstop from Dotson. Camacho started for a second, then took home plate. That's another run for the Raptors. It's now 7-4.
Anybody else's heart going pitter patter, pitter patter?
Nunez can try and drive home Mamarian. He's taken second. Desan Harris on deck with nobody out, in Ridgefield in rally position. And Dotson, you wonder when he might be out of the game now after those 2 wild pitches in the inning, as he laces it away for ball 1. Check that ball 2, but Dotson certainly in a tough position. He has gone 7 in a game before. This would get him through 7 if he finds out number 3 somehow here, but Dotson went 7 against Ridgefield on July 12th and allowed 3. Gave up 9 hits to the offense on that day and 2 strikeouts. This ball is dished low, ball 4. Billy Dotson giving everything and probably will be out of the game here. Alan Embry going to go to the bullpen, and the Drifters down 7-4. Facing 2 Raptors on in the bottom of the 7th. Are trying to get out of the inning, and we'll go to the bullpen. We'll step aside with a short break and be back when the Raptors resume the home half of the 7th.
Ridgefield Main Street partners with the Raptors and invites you to discover downtown for shopping, dining, and exploring the arts. We're working to keep our small town charm intact by supporting our merchants and the community. Join us for Main Street Day and our fall wine walk. Spend your Main Street moolah at most shops and restaurants. We have 4 active committees and are always looking for volunteers. More information at ridgefieldmainstreet.com. See you downtown, and go Raptors!
For over 70 years, Columbia Credit Union has put people first, supporting its Main Street neighbors with high earning accounts and the best possible rates. That's because its core values of people, community, and financial wellness are behind everything that Columbia Credit Union does, from checking and savings to home mortgage, credit cards, and business banking. Drop by a branch or visit columbiacu.org to see the credit union difference yourself. Columbia Credit Union, investing in values since 1952. Listen up, baseball fans. Head into Safeway to score on great deals all season long. Safeway has everyone's tailgating favorites, from fried chicken and party subs to fresh cut fruit and veggie trays and tons of easy meal options. Satisfy your whole team for the ultimate game day experience. And you can save a cartload of time with Safeway Drive Up and Go. Just shop online at Safeway.com, head to the store, and we'll bring your groceries right to your car. Safeway, sponsor of the Ridgefield Raptors.
It'll be 7-4. Raptors have the lead right now in the bottom of the 7th. Billy Dotson finally done on the day, as he is removed after allowing the 7 so far, but is responsible for a couple on board. New pitcher Tyler Bittinger out of Chemeketa Community College. He's 5'10", 170 from Newport, Oregon. 4.69 ERA, 14 appearances, nearly 31 innings for Bittinger, and he tries to get out of this jam here. He had the win his last time out against Bend, allowing no runs in 3 innings, 2 hits and 2 walks, 2 strikeouts for Bittinger. And we'll see if he puts down Desan Harris. Mamarian is at second right now for Ridgefield. Got Nunez at first. Camacho has already scored in this inning. Desan Harris has had a couple of nice plays in the outfield. 1 for 3 offensively with 2 RBIs on the single in the third. The pitch near the eyes of Harris for a foul ball. And right now, Harris trying to squeeze to get something laid down against this Drifters defense, which has not been as prepared tonight. Face these speedy Raptors runners. The 0-1. Harris ducks the bat back, and that is a ball. Harris has 9 stolen bases on the year. He's also scored 26 times. He's a dangerous threat when on. Would love to advance the 2 runners, though, and potentially put them in scoring position for the heart of the order. This is another ball that dashes low at 90. And the Drifters here had well over 100 pitches for Billy Dotson, who went 6. Is the all-time leader in innings pitched for the Drifters now. This 2-1 is popped foul by Harris. Leads at 7-4 for Ridgefield. Up by 7 hits as well in that department. Another game where Raptors have that big discrepancy. After winning 5-4 yesterday in Yakima, how it hit the Pippins by 7. And Bittinger scrapes that one low for ball 3.
Fans, when you're making noise, these young men respond.
And Bittinger pitched at Newport High School and graduated back in the class of 2020. Full count offer. The righty leaves that low for a ball 4. Defense will make sure to get back to that ball as Jackson Upton retrieves it at the fence. And the Raptors have everybody on base with no outs. It'll be Taylor Takata due up. Ridgefield's top of the order infielder. He is 1 for 4 on the night. Gets a nice applause from the Rourke faithful as the pitch comes down from the reliever, Tyler Bittinger. This is down low for a ball, and this Springfield team now adjusted to play up and try to protect the plate. Of course, down 3 pretty much will not be able to allow much else to come across. Shoved foul on the first base side, and not necessarily a useless shift by any means. In fact, the first inning ended for the Raptors after a run. Colby Wallace had a ground ball that was hit to first base, and the Drifters got aggressive and went home first off the arm of the first baseman, Miller, and then it went back to first to get that double play. Here's another play into the sky at the Rourke, and that is foul right in front of Justin Stransky. And it's always tougher to try and usually when you got to get the out at a certain base in this kind of situation, but the Drifters might not have much of a choice. Definitely give up a hard line drive over their head that does not have to go far over this defense to turn into a hit. Here's the 1-2. It bounced off the turf, and the count is even. Ridgefield will play tomorrow against the Drifters at 6:35. You can join me on the pregame at 6:25, and we have a 1:05 Sunday start for the finale. Last regular season game of the work this year. Deuce is wild, the pitch. Takata shoves it left side of the infield. Now Maris comes home and gets the out at the plate. Mamarian cannot slide ahead of that throw, and there's one down. Justin Stransky is the catcher for Ridgefield. A two-time Raptors walked, had 2 hits, and did fly out to end the third. Harris at second, Nunez at third. Raptors have Taylor Takata at first. Infield now shoved back on the left side. Play for the pole hitter Stransky with first baseman Nolan Miller in front of the first base bag. Check on the scoreboard update from the Portland game, and the Pickles, of course, been playing the Pippins. That's an important game as Ridgefield will need Portland to end up losing there and then winning this game to increase the margin from a half game to more on the South Division in the second half. But the Pickles lead 2-1 over the Pippins at Walker Stadium. That's in the bottom of the fifth. And Stransky touched it foul. Only had check at 2 finals this evening in the WCL. The Falcons beat the North Balls 3-2. And that'll shove the North Balls back another game of the final wild card spot in the North. The Sweets beat the Black Bears 1-0 at Borleski Stadium in just over a couple hours. 0-2 pitch, drops off the table and barely misses for a ball. Springfield traveling party does not agree. With a 1-2 and 1 out, Raptors at every base. Stransky faces the pitch. Up the middle it is. Touched by Bedinger, and he lost the ball. Try to recover and go to first, and that's not in time either. Ridgefield gets a break and scores again. It's now 8-4. Nunez touches home, and the Raptors lead this one. They're going to mark it an error on the pitcher, Tyler Bedinger. He faces Hunter Kashke. Right fielders had a base hit, walk, a pop out, and a ground down. Bedinger skies it high for a ball. Raptors now up 8-4 and pulled off the 1-run win yesterday. Lost 8-4 to the Pippins in Game 2 of that series, but beat that team 19-3 in Game 1. The 1-0 pitch is down low. Kashke has seen the count run even, and Ridgefield's right fielder will try and help his MVP case at this point. And it's a great spot to do it with 3 runners on base. Does not go after that fastball up high, 92. Kashke been on a tear with those 7 RBIs in the first game of the Pippin series. 3-time letter winner at a basic high school in Las Vegas. A 1-strike offer. And he torches it in the left. That falls for a base hit. Line moves again as Harris scores. And the Raptors going station to station here in the 7th inning. Now lead 9-4. Looking like the Raptors have found their other big inning after 3 scoreless across the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Already put up 3 here in the 7th and are starting to put it on the Drifters. It'll be Sophia Mawai. DH has walked, hit into a fielder's choice, flown out, and struck out. First pitch to Mawai. Drops into the table for a strike. Things not looking as good here for Springfield. If the Raptors can get through Kane and Mawai, would bat around for the second time in the game. From the stretch, that one dashes low. A good swing by Mawai, but he's up empty. Count is 0-2. This game just over a couple hours old. Ridgefield playing in front of the Rourke fans after a 6-game road stand in Cowlitz and Yakima. 0-2 is put in motion to the right side of the infield, and Nye will try to flip it to first. It's right through the glove of Miller. Raptors score 2. And a big mistake by Nye. He was trading the run for the out, and instead allows 2 to score, throwing it wild.
There is energy in this stadium tonight.
It's now going to be Doyle Kane with the Raptors up 11-4. Have as many hits. Things not looking promising right now for the Drifters. And this is starting to look like the Raptors team that showed up in Springfield. Possibly a little bit better. Raptors' biggest margin of victory there back in early July was 8 against the Drifters. Could be more today. And Kane digs through a strike. Runners are at the corners as well. This inning lasted quite some time. Drifters, nobody up in the pen still. Be interesting to see how long they give the leash here for Tyler Bedinger, but this one is fouled away. Tyler again, not the kind of relief appearance he wanted here today. He last had that win against Ben. That was only 3 nights back when he had 3 scoreless against an Elks team that's made the playoffs. Gave up just 2 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts, but not the same guy here today, and now shoves it to first. It escapes the glove of Miller down the right field line. Mawai's going to third as Kashke's already scored to make it 12-4. And the wheels falling off right now for the Drifters. They're failing to play catch here in the 7th inning.
Let's go Raptors!
Another error for the Drifters, now 3 for this defense all night, as it's going to be an 0-2 to Kane. And that's shoved over the fence for a foul ball. Work fans have stuck around here late on this Friday night. Raptors in the first of 3, but of course we still have the free tacos to be decided throughout the rest of this one. Raptors not got to the 7 mark yet. This one's on the ground at third. Kinsey's going to play catch with Upton. Now we have a rundown. Mawai is going to go for the plate. He is tagged out by Bedinger, the pitcher, as Kane gets all the way to second on the fielder's choice. It'll now be Jovan Camacho. He actually pinch ran earlier in the inning for Colby Wallace, who had a walk. And now he's going to be stepping in to bat for the first time today. Jovan last went 0 for 6 in yesterday's win against the Pippins with a strikeout. First pitch down to the lefty bat is torched foul. And Camacho, very good, productive stuff in the spring. He hit .438. Just 22 games for West Texas A&M as a junior, though, but he did have 5 doubles, 9 RBI, and 5 runs. His season high was 4 hits against Colorado Mesa on should say May 16th. Late in the year for Camacho. This one hit foul, third base side. Camacho also had a season-high 2 doubles against Arkansas Fort Smith on May 4th. 2 RBIs at Angelo State on April 27th. Was getting things started late in the year for West Texas A&M. This 0-2 is to the backstop. Kane will take for third and get in there. He's now 90 feet away. The Raptors up 8 and in control here in the bottom of the 7th. Drifters try not to let this one get too out of hand. The 1-2. Drifted to third. That one leaks again, foul. Wind's starting to blow a little stronger as well from left center and be a bit harder for anybody to leave the yard. Long Raptors 7th inning. The offense has put up 6. Bedinger with the ball at the belt. Now the 1-2. Camacho hits it to the right side of the field. The first baseman flips to Bedinger. And Miller and Bedinger combine for the final out in the inning. Raptors have blown the barrel off this game. 6 runs in the 7th and leave just 1 on. There are 3 errors against Springfield's defense in this inning. We head to the top of the 8th with the Ridgefield Raptors up 12-4 now over the Springfield Drifters.
Holt Homes is proud to be a local builder. We embrace all that is special about Oregon and Southwest Washington. The natural beauty of the landscape, the dynamic climate, the community that brings us together. It's why we live and build in this place that we love. Holt Homes, built for the Pacific Northwest. Find home today at holtpnw.com.
Sometimes you just want more. So unleash the power of Burgerville Rewards. While others merely go out, enjoy a meal, and go home, you, the genius that you are, capitalize on every burger, every shake, and every fry to get even more burgers, more shakes, and more fries. Oh, and every dollar you spend supports local ranchers, farmers, and producers. So join Burgerville Rewards today, because you deserve more.
C-Tran is your public transit system offering service in Clark County and beyond. Catch local service in Clark County, plus regional and express service to Portland. And now you can ride the current C-Tran's new on-demand service operating in Ridgefield and other areas. So leave the driving to us. C-Tran will take you out to the ball game and anywhere else you need to go. Visit c-tran.com for more information. C-Tran, our community, our promise.
Raptors leading 12-4. Strike one dished out to Sam Weber, the left fielder, who's at the top of the 8th here. And McClaskey lost that one, and the counts run even. McClaskey is now going to have a good position here with 6 more runs of insurance added in that bottom half of the 7th inning, but he has pitched a scoreless last 2 innings. Tries to send that to the outside and missed, and things got away from the Drifters there. For just tuning in, Raptors had 5 in the 3rd, 6 in the bottom of the 7th with the 1 run in the 1st. Helping this send the 12 runs across. Harris has the catch in center, leaning over for the first out. It'll be the catcher, Jackson Upton. He's 0-4, and Dylan Carson will be on deck as we check back up on the scores. Now the top of the 6th. The Pickles still leading the Pippins from Walker Stadium. And this one looking like a win here for the Raps. They finished the game before the Pickles, a temporary 1-game lead in the South, but would drop back to a half game. This one a laser up the middle. Nunez fields it off a couple of bounces and gets it to Kane. That one took a tough hop, but he's caught the out. 2 down. Now Dylan Carson is the DH. He's been hit twice to get on, but struck out his last time up, and Raptors silently now need just 4 outs to come out with the win here today. We will have a pinch hitter. So end the day of Dylan Carson. Enter Kai Pagan out of Lewis Clark State. Has 1 hit in 14 games. First pitch is down low, but for strike 1. Pagan last played against Bend. He went 0 for 1 on July 31st. Went 0 for 5 in the Ridgefield series. Does McClaskey have the 6th strikeout for the Raptors D? He awaits the 0-2, the pitch home. Right into the zone for strike number 3. Ryan McClaskey has faced 9 in the Drifters order and put all of them down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on again for Springfield. And Ridgefield will try for some more fun in the top of the 9th before closing things out in the bottom half of the inning. 12-4 is the lead.
Are you looking for a career that's team-oriented with great pay and great benefits? Then look no further than C-Tran. We're looking for individuals to join our team. We offer paid vacations, holidays, and sick days, plus exceptional medical and dental coverage, educational assistance, a paid fitness program, post-retirement, and so much more. Be a part of C-Tran's diverse family, where we put the care back in career. Check us out at c-tran.com/careers.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
At Dick Hanna, we know that buying a car can feel like you're in some overdramatic reality show. There's
shocking news.
6 weeks to get the red one?
And people who aren't here to make friends.
Honey, look confident. The salesperson is coming.
At Dick Hanna, our huge inventory of 14 brands and 600 plus used vehicles means we have something for everyone. So skip all the... At Dick Hanna, we believe in nice and making nice your reality.
Raptors with the advantage, 12-4. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning as the Drifters have Blake Stavros from Bushnell out there at 5'9", 170. 10.18 ERA, 0-1 on the year in 15 appearances, nearly 18 innings for the righty. He steps in with 12 walks to 10 strikeouts and will go against Kyle Marion, third baseman for the Raptors. He's had 3 hits. Stavros has pitched now a couple of seasons at Bushnell at Willamette High School, a pitcher of the year. Midwestern League pitcher of the year back in the day as well. That one's hit foul by Marion. And Stavros been pretty much an everyday Drifter as far as the bullpen is concerned. A lot of appearances in action this summer. Stares in for a long time with the 0-1. Marion slices this to right. It will drift right over to the right fielder, Garrett Cooper, though, with that wind blowing out there, and that's the first out. Raptors in good position for win number 28 of the year. It'll be Julian Nunez. He is sacrificed, been hit by a pitch, struck out and walked. He tries to find his way on here with Desan Harris on deck.
Julian Nunez.
Stavros with the ball ready to go. That one is hit foul and back, and Stavros, last time out against the Elks, went inning in a third, allowed 3. One of those earned 5 hits, 2 strikeouts for the right-hander from Eugene, Oregon. And did pick up the loss against the Raptors on July 12th. Ridgefield put up 4 runs on him in 4 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, and no strikeout. Here's Blake Stavros again. This time he punches the turf. And the Drifters had a great start from Billy Dotson, all things considered. He was asked to do an awful lot. He ended up going 6 innings and did allow the 7 runs eventually, but by the time he was pulled and gave up 10 hits, the problem was there for Dotson, though. He was going for that Drifters all-time pitching innings leader, which he did get. Has now thrown more innings than any other Drifter in Springfield's history. By going 5 1/3, he ended up with 6, but Tyler Bedinger struggled behind him, and Blake Stavros has just gotten started. 12-4 lead, the pitch. Nunez hits that off the turf, a high chop for Maris. He gloves it bare hand, and that will palm away from Maris and be a single for Julian Nunez. Now Deshaun Harris steps in with a chance to add more fun. Raptors winning by 8. Late on again in the double-digit category. This offense has been there an awful lot recently. As we'll see the first to Deshaun. First pitch to Deshaun Harris. Moves away, ball 1. You look at Raptors' offensive performances in recent memory. This is a team that in the last few series have put something up. Scored 12 against Cowlitz on Saturday, July 27th. After that, the Raptors put up 19 on the Pippins in game 1 of the most recent series, and again reached 12 runs here. So this offense been steady over the last few weeks, and big part of the reason things have turned around in Ridgefield for the second half. One from Stavros. Moves to the outside for strike 2, and Harris was a big part of the Raptors' win streak on these late nights at the Rourke. Scored 2 times to extend the win streak, once against the Redmond Dudes. Ended up scoring on the Richard Tejeda single, and also scored on the walk-off by Taylor Takata, and this time he motions it to the right side of the field. The second baseman, Nye, will flip to second for the force out. There are 2 down in the inning. Taylor Takata's back up there. Raptors infielder out of the University of Hawaii. As Ridgefield expects to close things out in the top of the 9th with 3 outs, would face Garrett Cooper, Gage Bruce, and Chase Nye. 9-1-2 for the Drifters if they don't make changes. Lights in full effect at the Rourke as the sun set way outside to the left of third base. Counts 1-0 here towards Taylor Takata. The 1-0 now comes down to the JUCO transfer. That taps upstairs for a ball, and Takata is a native of the state of Hawaii as well. Will be headed back over to a place where he's already spent a lot of time. Certainly something special about the island, because we've seen the Raptors' new addition, Sofia Mawai, do the same. Played a lot of Hawaii baseball and Hasn't been with the Rainbow Warriors for a few years, but found himself playing throughout his prep career there and also with Chaminade now. Counts 3-1 here to Takata with 2 down. Raptors up 8, 12-4. Have not allowed 8 or more runs in some time to one team in one inning. Looking for that easy 3 in the 9th. That is right into the table for Takata for a strike. And Raptors, as a consequence of so much offense, been playing some longer games in recent weeks. It's another one that we're getting close to 3 hours old here at the Rourke. Harris takes off for second on the full count offer. It doesn't matter. Ball forward towards Taylor Takata, and the Raptors have 2 on with 2 out. It'll be Justin Stransky, Raptors returner from last year. Flown out, walked, reached on an error, and has 2 singles earlier in the game.
Justin Stransky.
We'll see if he can extend what's been a rally. Raptor fans have gone all over the park here with some more room for the kids to run around on the concourse late at night. It's inside towards the Raptors catcher for a ball, and another benefit of the Raptors scoring so many runs, a point that was mentioned against the Pippins, but get so many plate appearances for everyone offensively, even guys that aren't hitting as well as they would like. Only way to get that better is with the more experience, and everybody gets more when the offense is hot. But this ball turns into a nice turn by Maris at short, flips it around and gets the force out by just a few inches at second to end the inning. Raptors looking nice in the 8th inning, end up scoring a couple of more runs and lead now 12-4. We are going to the top of the 9th. Things can be closed down if the Raptors get 3 outs against the Drifters. They've got win 28 of the year.
We've been perfecting the process since 1989. And since we're family run, we keep the community in mind. RVs, boats, campers, trailers. If you're missing some glass, we can make it custom tailored. Windshields or rock chips or any shattered mess. Give us a call at Hampton Auto Glass.
You want to hear about A? Listen to this. This is what it sounds like to stay and play at A. And with our new luxury hotel featuring an indoor-outdoor pool, dining with incredible views, and more, it sounds even better. This is what it sounds like at the area's premier dining, gaming, and entertainment destination. A. Sounds like fun. Book your stay now at ilaniresort.com.
This is Ryan McClaskey on the screen here. The Raptors reliever out of Lower Columbia tries to go at third. Second time around this order for a 4th inning of action to sit down this lineup, which he has gotten for 9 straight outs as we start the 9th inning. It's 12-4 Ridgefield. We do have a quick message from our friends at Taco Bell. Taco lovers unite. It's time to spice up your day with bold flavors from Taco Bell. Those in our iconic crunchy tacos, little burritos, and mouth-watering nachos, all crafted to satisfy your cravings. Whether you're on the go or kicking back with friends, Taco Bell is your go-to spot for flavor-packed fun. Don't wait. Swing by Taco Bell today and taste the excitement in every bite. Drifters look to have a pinch hitter. It will be Cale Paisano, the Oregon Duck, who steps in. The count's 1-0. Paisano is hitting for Garrett Cooper. He ends the day hitting into a double play, a walk and a strikeout for Cooper. Paisano is just 1 hit in 10 games. We'll see the pitch, and it is shoved foul. Looks like the Drifters are going to go to the bench here in this 9th as well, as there is a Pinch hitter on deck, Danny Womack. The pitch down is a strike, and for Cale Bazzano, infielder, was the number one player at his position by Baseball Northwest coming out of Clackamas High School, but he does strike out. That's the 7th of the inning by the Raptors pitching staff. You can make it free tacos at Taco Bell for those that have stuck around to get the coupon. It's going to be Danny Womack, the pinch hitter for the Drifters. He steps aside Gage Bruce, who had a single, was hit by a pitch, lined out, and grounded out. Here's the first offer to Womack. He's played in 15 games, does not have a hit. Last one 0 for 1 against the Elks in a pinch hit appearance, a strikeout. Was also hit by a pitch later on. The 0-1, yes sir, strike 2. McClaskey works ahead. Raptors need 2 outs to get a 18th win in the second half. And this one drifts away for a ball. Danny Womack playing it. Lubbock Christian as a redshirt freshman in the spring, had just 4 games though. 1 at bat. And now puts it on the turf. That'll bounce, barely foul. And that would have been problematic for the Raptors had it stayed in. Springfield will be busing back to Vancouver for their overnight stay after this one, but Raptors hope to celebrate a win, be back here at the work tomorrow for 6:35's first pitch.
Oh, this is a pinch hitter, by the way. Yeah, number 1. I didn't realize that.
Womack facing the 1-2. Here's McClaskey. And that is dipped high for a ball 2. McClaskey can find his way through this hitter, and Nye would have 12 straight outs. The pitch is to the turf for a ball. Drifters hoping to put some runners on, at least get some runs back. They can't try to come back in time, and Womack will walk, so he has walked for the 2nd time this year. Another pinch hitter as Chase Nye steps aside. He walked 3 times. It is going to be Brandon Reed stepping in. This will be a first pitch as upstairs to Brandon Reed. He's from Bushnell. Steps aside Chase Nye. And the Drifters have been having everybody pinch hit so far. Kedron Kinsey only the first Drifter to be on deck and scheduled to be up all day, as that is a laser by Justin Stransky, and he catches Womack stealing. 2 outs now. Count will still be 1-1. With 2 outs, the count at 1-1 here to Brandon Reed. Pitch is upstairs for a ball. And Reed just arriving for the Drifters into town. Reed trying to escape here. This count, McClaskey digs it to the outside. And it will be 2-2. Reed out of Bushnell trying not to be sent back to the hotel here. Raptors up 8. McClaskey on the bump with nobody on and 2 outs. The pitch on the outside corner in this ball game is history. Raptors win again, and now their 28th win of the year. Get some 18 wins in the second half. Ridgefield takes down Springfield in Game 1. Raptors will return to the work tomorrow at 6:35 to have that first pitch for Game 2. We'll give you a quick recap of this one. Ridgefield with another win on the year. Centone Billy Dodson with a loss. He pitched 6 innings and allowed 9 runs on 10 hits. Tyler Bedinger would come behind him and struggle. Blake Stavros would close things out for the Drifters side and did not allow a run there to the Raps in the 8th inning. But on the side of the Raptors, Blake Hammond stepped out and he allowed 4 3 1/3. Dylan Richardson would go 1 2/3 and did allow a couple of runs to the Drifters. But Ryan McClaskey went 4 scoreless there in the late innings and did a great job out of the bullpen at a Lower Columbia College and ends up actually getting nearly 12 straight outs, but faced the minimum and did get the final 12 in the game. We look at the batting order for Ridgefield, and it was a solid day for Taylor Takata. He got on a few times, had an RBI single in the 3rd. Justin Stransky gets 2 hits and a walk reached down an Eric. Hunter Kashke back at it with 2 hits and RBI on the single in the 7th. He also walked in the 3rd, and Doyle Kane, the new addition, came out and had 2 RBIs with a single, a walk, and was hit by a pitch. Colby Wallace would be back in the lineup today, would have a single and a walk, as Kyle Marion had matched a season high with the 3 hits he had today. Julian Nunez, a walk and a single. And Deshaun Harris walked and had a single as well. Had 2 RBIs in the 3rd. Drifters go down with a loss again here. The final score, 12-4. You can catch us in action tomorrow at 6:35. 6:25 is the start of the pregame here on the Ridgefield Raptors YouTube channel. You can also go to the audio stream. Both links, though, are on ridgefieldraptors.com/stream. And hope to see you out here at the Rourke eventually, too. Raptors have just 3 more games guaranteed here at the Rourke all season long. Springfield will be in town for the final 2 games, Saturday, Sunday, but Raptors guaranteed a home playoff game after reaching the postseason for the 4th straight year. And Raptors will still maintain the lead over the Pickles no matter the result there in Portland against Yakima, as they did pick up the win, would at least be up by a half game after today's result. One more time, 12-4 the final. Raptors win over the Drifters, play game 2 tomorrow. Hope you can join me then. My name is Patrick McCall saying so long from the Rourke.
shutting the park down.
For class and move out.
Yeah, that's crazy. Who's federal?